Final between Pakenham and Warburton and Millgrove, and Aldridge wins the first tap, but it's shark beautifully, and straight away Pakenham get the centre clearance. Keisha will park himself underneath it. Trendy couldn't stick the mark, but no, he does stick the mark in the end. Andrew Trendy got on about the third or fourth attempt, kicks across and straight onto the chest of Henry. Henry assesses the options up the line. He's been corralled by Clacy. Gets the kick away. Aldridge couldn't stick the mark. It was fisted away by D'Angelo Tato. Keeps the ball in play. Dishes off, but he may have just turned it over. Walker gathered the ball momentarily, but he was bumped over the boundary line. It will be thrown back into play on the pavilion side of the ground, nearing half forward for Pakenham. So the early territory battle being won here by the Lions as the boundary umpire launches the ball back into play. Angelo Tato probably got the better of that tap. Mart ducked and weaved, taken in the tackle, and umpire calls him to go. Henry dishes off. Tom Baker provides a bit of overlap run, and he's away. He can send the Kookaburras to half forward. Kick to a 1-on-1. Liam Westlake's going to get out the back here. Can he square it up to the top of the square? Handball comes inboard, picked up by Faruga. He's been corralled. Oh, he's gone surely. Taken to ground level, and the umpire penalises him for holding the ball. Good decision. Tried to bite off a bit more than he could chew there. Did Jack Farugia.
25 levels
and a 25-metre penalty. There we go. So a bit of remonstration from one of the Warburton Millgrove players, I presume. So kick comes back in towards the corridor. Jones. Oh, is that... Oh, he's a bit sore, Oscar Jones, but he's okay. Very close to 25, maybe just simultaneous. So the ball comes to the broadcast side of the ground. Keisha presents, but Caneva gets front position. Couldn't quite gather the ball cleanly, but he provided a good enough contest to at least repel the initial attack. Keisha again gets the ball under his control. Here's an opportunity. Gathered again by Caneva. Was he taken high? Yes, he was. And Warburton Millgrove can maybe get another entry here. Caneva backpedals off the mark. He'll go short to Aldridge. Warby runner not happy about something there. So Nelson Aldridge wheels around, low trajectory ball. Westlake can't quite stick the mark. It wasn't Westlake. In fact, it was Hewitt. Socket off the ground, and it's hit the post. So nearly behind for Warburton Millgrove.
I can tell you exactly what it was, Aiden. It was like Hewitt going in for some remonstration, and he didn't like it because they already had the free kick, so he didn't want him to reverse it.
No,
he wanted him to get down into the forward line to provide an option because he's such a good option down there in the forward line.
Absolutely fair enough, Trent.
So now on the far side of the ground here, and it looks like it's possibly a boundary throw-in. Yes, it's a boundary throw-in down there. So the two rucks will go at it again, Aldridge and Tato. As the umpire gets ready to throw this ball back in. Ball thrown in. Tato gets front position, but Aldridge pushes him out of the way and gets the tap down. Mason Hall gets the ground level, but he's met with a strong tackle by Barr. Now it's at ground level. Clacy goes in to try and get it moving forward, but it's Barr who comes out, shrugs a couple of tackles off, but the last tackle just affected his kick narrowly, so now it moves forward, and it looks like Pakenham will have it through. Keisha gives the handball over the top. Can't quite get it though, and it's Baker who goes in crashing forward. But now it's at centre half forward for Pakenham, but Warburton Millgrove look to go forward, but it's going to be a throwing, and it's going to go the way of Sam Keisha here.
I reckon he might just be within range too, Trent. They're not big arcs here at Junction.
And we talked to him after the game. Last time we caught him, and he wasn't happy. Did he have his kicking boots on last time, if you recall?
Yeah, 2 goals 4, was it? Or...
Yeah, I think he told me it was 2 goals 6, but I think he was being very harsh on himself.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
2 goals 4, 2 goals 5. I think he told me 2-7. I'm like, you're being a bit harsh. But Keisha now. And Aiden, we talked about it. They're about 40s each.
I think they're only 40, so yeah, distance I don't think should be a problem. He's only got to kick it about 45, I think.
Pretty much directly in front. So Sam Keisha looking to try and get the first goal on the board for a preliminary final. Keisha opens up the angle, then puts the kick on its way. Kick is just going to fall short, but they've got a marking option to square. No mark can be taken, but a good tackle weight on the line can be taken.
No,
it's going to be rushed over for a minor score. So scores are all even down here. So it's going to be 1 apiece, and it'll be brought back in here by Warburton Millgrove. They look to try and get on the rebound 50. See if they can provide something. And they play on from there. Bringing the ball back in there. Look to be Caneva. He goes long and wide. Aldridge comes in and just bowls over the Pakenham player. Now it's at ground level. And the umpire blows the whistle to ball this one up on the far side of the ground now. At half forward here for Pakenham. So it'll be a ruck contest between Tato and Aldridge. Aldridge winning the battle early on. Tato probably got that one. Now it's at ground level. Does it stay in play? Yes, it does. And then Pakenham get a kick moving forward.
No.
Is it going to be cut off? Dropping the mark at the wrong time was Trendy. Now it's going to probably trickle over the boundary line for a boundary throw in deep inside the forward 50 for Pakenham. So they really have a good chance here to try and put the first goal on the board in this preliminary final. It's exactly the spot they need it to be.
Yep, that's it. So boundary throwing inside the forward 50 of Pakenham. Had the territory the last couple of minutes. Up it goes. Aldridge up against Vaiano on the ruck. Ball comes to ground level. plenty of numbers around it, and it's going to be repeat stoppages inside the forward 50 of the Lions. So scores level early days in the preliminary final, just one behind a piece. Again, looks like Vaiano's going to do the ruck duties against Nelson Aldridge. He smashes it back into the corridor. It's a dangerous spot. Baker should run onto this one, though, and he gets the handle away. Being corralled, though, is Lee. He dishes off. That works out pretty well to Noonan. His kick, though, not the best. Going to be intercepted. Beautifully done by Ahern. Long kick towards goal, and it holds the line. And Ahern has absolutely nailed it. First goal going the way of Pakenham, 1-1-7 to just the one behind Warburton and Millgrove. 5.5 gone into the first quarter.
Really great kick off the boot, especially with the pressure that was coming from him the other way.
Yep.
He did get knocked as he was kicking it and still managed to finish. A beautiful job by James Ahern off that wing there.
Exactly right, Trent. Just outside the arc, but distance was never going to be a problem. But he did pretty well. He got the kick away just in time, probably, and gets an early lead for Pakenham. So that is the first lead change of the game. Will be Millgrove the first behind. Tato goes a bit early. Nelson Aldridge waited at ground level. Gets the kick away. Nearly perfectly done to Farugia, but it was a bit of a half volley. Ball at ground level. Plenty of players surrounding the contest. Handball comes away. Pakenham maybe with a chance to counter-attack. Aldridge provided a good contest. Eventually it spills to Henry. He sends the Kookaburras inside forward 50. And Westlake sticks the mark. And he'll line them up from 30 out directly in front.
Quick response.
Yep. Beautifully done as well. And beautifully done by Liam Westlake. Just got rid of his man nice and easily. So it's just going to be all about accuracy here for Liam Westlake. Can they get the instant response? The Kookaburras just conceded one moments ago, as they just run a couple of interchanges here right in front of us. Our broadcast van. So Liam Westlake directly in front. In he comes for Warby's first goal of the afternoon. Looks pretty good off the boot. Just across to the left-hand side. So a reprieve for Pakenham in defence. Two behinds are Warburton and Millgrove. Pakenham at 1-1-7. And we have so far been going 7 minutes into this first quarter. Pakenham with the ball in the back pocket.
Pakenham to bring the ball back in here. They can try and get some movement up the line. Can a mark be taken? Yes, it's Ryan flying over the pack and taking the nice overhead mark. Goes down the line looking for a hole. Kick doesn't quite meet him. And it's probably going to make its way over the boundary line. That it does. So boundary throw-in will happen here. Tato and Aldridge again to do the ruck. So the ball will be thrown back into play here, fighting for front position. Aldridge just gets the tap down, doing well in this early contest against Tato. Now ball's at the bottom of the pack. Can they get it out? Not quite. So the umpire blows the whistle to ball this one up. Baker was at the bottom of the pack. So now, ball thrown up. They lock arms, the two ruckmen. No ruckman get a tap to it. They both call for a free kick. None of them get it. Now it's at ground level. Ryan finding at the bottom of the pack. Can he get the handball out? Did he drag it in? Warburton and Millgrove are calling for it, but the umpire disagrees. He's going to throw this one back up. No territory gained here. So it's going to be balled up here again. Tato and Aldridge. Tato just slaps this one out the way, but it's Henry who gets onto it, gets a handball out, but doesn't go to his teammate now. Again, it's on ground level. And Baker with a tackle on Clacy. They try and get it out here. So now it's going to be another ball up. We're a bit more territory gathered here now.
Yeah.
So Tato this time trying to run around from the back. Was he being held? Umpire says play on. Now it gets its way out now. Can it get a handball over the top? Not quite. Ryan goes in, gets it, then gets a handball moving forward. Clacy, did he get tackled without it? Yes, he did. And he's going to get the free kick. So Clacy now at half forward will gather the ball. So now Clacy just goes short over the top, finds an option there, does that well. Gets it over the top to Menzel. So Menzel now, probably a bit too far out to score here, so he just puts it into the hot spot, but it's all Warburton and Millgrove, although it could creep its way out the back. And Mason Hall was creeping under it. You know, something always happens when he's in the area, but it does hit his boot, and it goes out of bounds for a boundary throw in deep in the forward pocket here for Pakenham. So here's an opportunity to put through number 2 if they can get something from this contest.
So up it goes. Brought back into play. Varna again to the ruck. So Pakenham really want to decongest that forward line when it goes in there. So it looks like Varna will do most of the ruck duties when it is inside forward 50. So it's going to be repeat stoppages. So Pakenham winning a lot of the territory in this first quarter. Got the 5-point margin so far for their troubles. Aldridge wins the tap. Henry gets the kick away into the hands of Tom Barr. He's dispossessed. Picked up here by Menzel. Can he keep the ball in play? Yes, he can for the moment. Hall kicks around his body to the top of the square. There's a whistle. Not too sure what's going on here. I think it might be a free kick to Pakenham. It is. It's going to go to Mason Hall. I really wish we had the umpires mic'd up, to be honest, Trent. We just got no... Oh, no, it's a boundary throw, and there we go. So in it goes. So the ball went out of play. Aldridge just thumps the ball forward, but it's going to be picked off. So Pakenham can go inside forward 50 once again. Great tackle laid by Paddy Horn, and is rewarded with holding the ball. So Warby Millgrove will find themselves on the counter-attack. Hun peers into the corridor momentarily, decides against that for now. He's got a short option. He works out in the end to Iacano. Iacano steps off the man of the mark. Oh, nearly was smothered on that occasion, but he gets the ball down the line in the end. Doesn't quite hit a chest. Chance here for Woolridge. Hewitt as well. Kick was smothered. Lockie Hewitt gets the ball under his control. He's been corralled, though. He's taken in a dumping tackle. And the umpire said you took him on, so it's holding the ball, going to go the way of Pakenham. And it looks like Kamanzuli, the recipient of the free kick, brings the ball back in towards the corridor. So Pakenham now trying to counter-attack. Jones goes out wide with the kick beautifully under Perkins. Perkins, low trajectory ball on the left. Not the best kick. And now Warburton Millgrove might be inside forward 50 once again. That's not the best kick, though. Might still work out okay for them. Woolridge, the big ruckman, did well on hands and knees. Down at ground level. Maybe a chance for Sharp if he can get the ball under his control. Umpire circling. Ball going nowhere. And I think we are going to have a ball up at the top of the forward 50 or the forward 40 here for Warburton Millgrove. Up it goes once again. Tap one down. Woolridge goes up in the ruck this time. Hun's got the ball under his control. Does he dish off? No, he doesn't. Ball heads towards the boundary line once again. Ferrugia keeps the opponent corralled. And again, just a bit of a gridlock on the pavilion side of the ground of the forward 50 here for Warburton Millgrove. So Woolridge to go up in the ruck. He's going to be up against James Lee. Lee probably got the better of it from the back. Again, ball just stuck at ground level and going nowhere. So it's really stagnated these last couple of minutes. Can Warby break away, get their first goal of the afternoon, already 11 and a half gone in this first quarter. So again, huge numbers swarming the contest. No one's going to be able to get a kick clear for the moment. Handball comes away. Now Pakenham are on the counter-attack. High up and under ball off the boot of Clacy. Nearly turned over. It's fisted away. Can Lee get to the football? No, he can't. Ball beats him over the boundary line. Will be thrown back into play on the pavilion side of the ground.
So as you can imagine, finals 48 and the pressure is right up. We've seen some big tackles already.
Yes, we have, most certainly.
So the ball will be thrown back into play. Will be Tato and Aldridge to go at it again. Aldridge winning this battle early. Stanton sharks it and gets underneath it and gets a handball moving forward. Now they go backwards. Martini brings the kick inside the corridor. Does that well to Nichols. Now he gets it moving wide. Cardona chases after it. Can he get under his control? Yes, he does. Now kick over the top. Can a mark be taken here? Not quite. Just falls short. And it's going to find its way over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. So still making its way up to the forward 50 or forward 40 here for Pakenham. So now the ball to be thrown back in. Tato's gone down early. I don't know what happened there, but now it's moved forward. And it looks like it's going to be Warburton Millgrove. Baker tries to get around the tackle. Does well to get the handball out. Jones spinning around. Now kicks a kick forward. Can it be taken cleanly by Hall? Not quite. Doing well at ground level there and getting it out was Noonan. But it's going to be a boundary throw in now. So now, big going on everywhere. Finals footy, the tension's right up. So now the ball's going to be thrown back into play here. Tap down one by Aldridge. Green chases after it for Pakenham. He's knocked off the ball by Horn. Nicholas goes in hard. He's going to give away a high contact free kick. So Horn has a look around. You can see with a lot of tape around both those, well, around one knee as well there. So that must be where the injury is from, where he missed a lot of the second half of the season.
Very heavily strapped, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So kick down the line here now. Can it make it down looking for Aldridge? But no, it doesn't quite make it to him. And it's another boundary throw in there. Creeping up to the half-forward line here for Warburton Millgrove. So the ball will be thrown back in. Aldridge and Tato. Looks like they'll do most of the work all day. Aldridge wins this tap down. Trying to get it is Martini. Just overruns the footy. Can he get a handball out? Woolridge throws his weight around. Now another tackle laid. Now they get the kick away from Hewitt. Long kick inside forward 50. Can a mark be taken out the back? No, it's going to miss everything. Go out of bounds on the full. Pakenham can rebound from the defensive 50. Coming off the boot here of Jaden Silver.
So Silver with the free kick in the back pocket. So a reprieve for Pakenham in defence. Holding up pretty well so far. Jones provides a lead. Goes a bit short. This could be dangerous, though. Iacano provides a good, strong tackle. Ferrugia backwards to go forwards. Long kick off the boot on this occasion here of, I think it was Ma. And the mark is taken right on the goal line here for Pakenham.
Stanton.
He's very
deep.
Yeah. Not usually the player in the last line of defence. Usually plays a bit more off that half-back line. So Tanner Stanton loads up on the left boot. Looking for a Hearn, maybe. Good contest provided, but again, Warburton and Millgrove looking to get a repeat entry here, but they've turned it over. Out of bounds on the full. So Pakenham should be able to find a bit of a four-way forward now as we wait to see who the recipient of the free kick be. I think it's going to be a Hearn. Just got to wait for the ball to come back over the fence. So Lions doing pretty well at the moment. Got the one goal on the board so far. Warby yet to trouble the scorers with a goal. So the ball does come back. A Hearn will in fact be the recipient. And he just decides to go backwards for the moment. And now they might have opened up a switch towards the broadcast side of the ground. Lee provides an option and might go beyond him though. Can Wright get to the football? Yes, he can. Being corralled by Caneva and the ball trickles over the boundary line. So good pressure by Brock Caneva. And maybe a chance for Warburton Millgrove as we wait for D'Angelo Tato and Nelson Aldridge to attend the ruck contest. Aldridge probably had the better of it so far. Up it goes once again. Aldridge probably gets the better of that tap too. Oh, Ma just lost his footing at the wrong time. He was about to send the Kookaburras inside forward 50, but slipped over, and we'll have another stoppage right at half forward here for Warburton and Millgrove. So again, Aldridge and D'Angelo Tato. Up it goes. Tato in a better position. Just slaps it forward, but it's been sharked here by Baker. Sends the ball inside forward 50 off the left. But Pakenham eventually come away with it. A Hearn, a low scrubby ball through the corridor. Not going to work out. Crashing the pack there, Tom Ma. Good work rate to get to that contest. Back pedals off the mark, directs a couple of troops. So Ma, long kick to the top of the square. Can someone get this out the back? Caneva lurking. Soto Upton, picked up by Hill, but his kick is smothered. Iacano tries to step around a couple, couldn't do so, but he's taken high. And James Iacano, the playing coach, will line them up from about 25 out directly in front. And this, potentially for Warburton Millgrove's first goal for the afternoon.
Pakenham player very slow to get up as well, just on the mark here.
I think it might be, is that a Hearn? No, it's Wright. Yeah, there we go, Jake, Wright. So James Iacano, this potentially Trent for a coach's goal that only coaches could kick.
That's a new one.
Yeah, that's it. So he's directly in front. Distance won't be a problem. It's all about accuracy. Already 17 minutes gone into the first quarter. Warby haven't got one as of yet. But they do now. James Iacano puts it straight over the goal umpire's cap. The Kookaburras get there first, and they get the lead back. Second lead change of the preliminary final. 7.5 gone into the first quarter. Oh, hang on. There's a whistle. It's going to be... Is it a free kick in the middle of the ground, or... I think it's going to go to Pakenham.
I missed what happened because I was too busy noting down Iacano as the goal scorer.
I was doing the exact same thing, Trent, but all the players are streaming back into defence for Warburton Millgrove.
Silver and Humphrey going at it a bit there too. So it's Pakenham free kick, Ryan.
Yep, so Ryan kicks it to half forward.
Whistle. So I think everyone's a bit confused here.
Yep, so it is going to be a Pakenham free kick in the middle of the ground to...
So it's a Tato free kick.
Yep, Ryan Aldridge, though, parks himself underneath it and takes a pretty easy intercepting mark in the end. Just backpedals off the mark. Got a couple of options, not particularly too sure where to go. He might have just turned it over, though. Perkins will park himself underneath it. Ball's fisted away. Beautifully gathered, though, by Hewitt off hands. Hewitt's done that nicely. Ma has a bounce, could even have a second. Brings the ball back towards the corridor dangerously. Oh, Caneva couldn't get the fist to it. Picked off by Hearn. He'll send the lines inside forward 50. The kick's a bit wide of Vaiano. Can he get the ball under his control? No, he can't. And it will be thrown back into play inside the forward 50 of Pakenham.
So Crypto into the forward line here now. And they'll be thrown back into play. I tell you what, Hearn's been everywhere in this start of this first quarter.
He has, yep.
So... The ball now to be fall back in. Woolridge will go in the ruck now against Vaiano. Now he gets the tap down, does Woolridge. Vaiano sharks it though. Then just goes for the kick over his head. Keisha underneath it.
Oh, well done.
Nice strong mark. Taken over the top there by Trendy.
So he may be the Ben Pretty replacement.
Could possibly be. Yep. And he goes wide. Finds Henry.
Obviously played a lot of senior footy this year, Andrew Trendy, but someone's got to fill that role.
So Henry decides to come inboard to Baker. Baker pushes off the mark. And brings it into the corridor. Does that nicely.
Caneva.
There's a bit going on again off the ball. Still going on a bit. Woolridge. Brings it back inboard. So Woolridge. They're not really getting any territory now. He pointed to go long, but instead he goes short again. Back to Trendy. Trendy. Again, just a slow build up to Caneva again. So now... Now they try and bite off the corridor, but the kick doesn't quite meet the target. Henry does well to mop it up. Can he get a high contact free kick? Umpire says he ducked into it. Hagger, beautiful picker, tucks it under his arm, kicks to an open goal square, just across the face, through for a minor score.
There we go, scores level.
What a pickup it was by Hagger there as well. Just picked it up and then tucked it under his arm, got through the tackle, but I was unable to finish off his work.
Yeah, I thought for a second it was going to straighten up, but it just sort of kept going to that left-hand side.
So Caneva with the kicking duties here for Warby. Down the line he goes, long. Woolridge is there. Can he take the mark? It's punched at the last second by the Pakenham player, but it's his bar who gets it for Warburton and Millgrove and sends it forward. Gets it to Humphrey, who shrugs off the tackle. Snap towards goal, and he's put it through. And he lets them know too. Has the strut going. Beautiful shrug. And snaps around and finishes with class.
There we go. Goal number 57 for Bailey Humphrey this season, and that's what he can do, Trent. He's good on the lead, but he's also good in play. Got rid of his man and just straight through the middle as the ball does come back into the middle. So 2-2-14 at Warburton Millgrove to Pakenham 1-2-8 as the ball comes back into the middle. So Woolridge up on the ruck this time for the Kookaburras. D'Angelo Tato still in there for Pakenham. So can the Lions get the next one? Warby have been much better these last probably 6 or 7 minutes. Up it goes. Woolridge goes a bit early.
Going the way of Going the way of Humphrey here, and it's Silver who gave it away. Remember I said they were doing it a bit before that?
Yeah.
When Humphrey kicked that goal, he went straight to him, and that was the first player he bumped, and they've been at it ever since the ball got back to the middle, and the umpire just caught that Silver got him high.
There we go. So Bailey Humphrey will line them up from directly in front, 15 metres out. It's almost a bit of a Cam Rayner situation. So Bailey Humphrey from point-blank range puts it away. Third goal of the afternoon for Warburton Millgrove. Humphrey's got his second. Bit of controversy here at Yarra Junction Memorial Reserve. The Kookaburras out to a 12-point break.
And where's he go? He goes straight over to them as well again after it.
So you've got to be careful, Jaden Silver. Never know if the umpire's watching or not, but you don't want to give away goals like that. It's just very unfortunate. So fortunate for Warburton Millgrove, but unfortunate for Pakenham. It's a 12-point margin now, 3-2-20 to 1-2-8 as the ball again comes back into the middle. So Silver's just got to keep his cool here. Don't let him get in your head. That's a bit of a coach killer, that one. And we are in a red time as well, 22 minutes gone, and Pakenham potentially facing a much bigger margin at quarter time than what they originally probably would have been. But still time enough to maybe peg one back and get the margin back into single digits. So it'll be Braden Woolridge and D'Angelo Tato again to do battle in the ruck as the boundary umpires bring the ball back to the field umpire. So 12 points of difference if you are just tuning in. As Braden Woolridge and D'Angelo Tato again will do battle in the ruck as the umpire throws the ball aloft. Up it goes. Woolridge, I think, just got a bit of a hold there on D'Angelo Tato, so it will be a free kick for Pakenham. Can they get the instant response? Stanton lofts it, sends the ball high up and under inside forward 50, but it's picked off beautifully. Well done by Gordon. Had plenty of room to work with and steadfast in defence. Not too sure where to go. He loads up on the right boot, sends a high up and under the ball, looking for Sharp maybe. Westlake flew from the back, provided a good contest. Ball comes to ground level, maybe a chance for Pakenham. Was there some high contact there? Yes, there was, and the advantage will be taken. So back into the corridor come the Lions, into the hands of Ryan. Ryan being corralled by Barr, but he gets his kick away. Beautifully done as well. Mark is taken by Styles, I think it is. Bailey Styles loads up, long kick into the pocket. Mason Hall just fisted away from him. Gathered by Green, keeps the ball in play. Hall again is involved. Gets the handle away to Vaiano. He's within range, but he'll square it up. Cardona. Oh no, there was no communication. Stanton though should get the ball under his control. Oh no, well done Dylan Walker. Good pressure provided. And that ball going nowhere, and the umpire, I think, is just going to call for the ball up.
Tell you what, Baker and Clacy do not like each other either. They've been at us since the first bounce.
They most certainly have. No communication, so Upton gets the kick away. Looking for Sharp. Can the mark be taken? Ball comes to ground level. Gathered by Kamanzuli. He goes backwards to go forwards. Trenbath got his kick away, and Cardona this time takes the mark.
So Cardona now looks to bring the ball inside the 450, looking for Clacy, but it is cut off, and it's Hillhorn who can send it moving forward here to an open forward 50 though. Silver chasing after it, but Humphrey is in quick pursuit here. Silver, can he get it clearly? Yes, he can, but he trips over, goes to the boundary line. How does the umpire say it? It's deliberate.
Oh, yep.
And it's that battle again. It's the Humphrey-Silver battle.
How quick was Bailey Humphrey? Silver had like a 20-metre advantage on him, and he got there.
And he's not slow, Silver, either.
No, he's not.
So Humphrey will look for number 3.
Oh, Silver.
He's tucked up on the boundary.
Just went straight for the handball. Trent probably shouldn't have, but oh well.
So Humphrey to put through number 3, and this would be a clinical finish with the check side. How's it come off the boot? And he's put it through. He's got 3 in the first quarter. Warburton and Millgrove are off to a quick start here and extending their lead out now.
18 points, 4-2-26 to 1-2-8. Humphrey with his third. And that's brilliant. Forward defensive pressure from Bailey Humphrey. Did not give up on that chase. Silver had such an advantage on him to begin with, but he got there and forced him under all sorts of pressure. Don't see too many insufficient intents paid, but if one was going to be paid, that was probably the one. And
he definitely went back after it and said nothing to Silver, didn't he? Definitely went back and said absolutely nothing.
Oh, dear.
The ball back in the middle now, balled up, tapped down there. Looks like Warburton and Millgrove can go forward here again. They look to try and gather the ball cleanly. No player has really got it cleanly. Now it does. Now they can move forward through Hun. Get the handball over to Faruga. Now they move it forward here. Iacano, boot into the ball, and it's going to go across the face for a minor score.
There we go.
Looking for a second goal of the quarter. Was Iacano there?
So 4-3-27 now. Warburton Millgrove to Pakenham's 1-2-8. The line's under siege a bit at the moment. They started the game pretty well, which is one of the talking points, but Warby Millgrove have responded well. Bailey Stiles should take this one, and he does. It was a good contest provided there by Henry, but Stiles stuck it cleanly. He'll bring the ball back into the corridor. I think this is good from Pakenham. D'Angelo Taylor, the ball bounces away from him. Oh, no, a lack of communication again from the Lions. Hun gets the handball away. Woolridge goes back to Hun, does he know? He looks for Iacano instead, and he's going to be penalised. Does he know he got the ball out just in time? Kamanzula gets his kick away, but parked underneath it is Walker. He'll intercept. Warby wanting to just slow down, so the quarter-time siren can't be too far away, I imagine. Oh, the kick doesn't make the distance to Baker, but he should get away from his opponent, and he does. Wheels around into the right boot, sends the ball inside forward 50. Aldridge has got it! Aldridge with a big chooks, and he'll line them up from 40 and could potentially give the Kookaburras a 25-point lead. And Pakenham, there's just some nerves at the moment. A couple of times they just haven't communicated with each other in transition, and now Nelson Aldridge will line up for his first goal for the afternoon. This to make it 25 points of difference with quarter time fast approaching. In he comes from directly in front. Slow and deliberate approach. The Warburton Millgrove captain starts it right, but it's coming back. And he's got it right on the quarter-time siren. Nelson Aldridge with his first goal in the preliminary final. And the Kookaburras, what a start. 25 points ahead. 5-3-33 to 1-2-8. Trent, that is a bit of a statement in the first quarter by Warburton Millgrove.
Yeah, it was. The captain's goal. Only captains can kick. And Nelson Aldridge was up to the task with the long bomb. Great start here by Warburton Millgrove, really putting their authority on the game here earlier. How will Pakenham respond in this?
Leaders of season 2025. Trent, Pakenham with a few questions that need to be answered, and I don't know what's going on in the middle of the ground here.
Kids.
Here we go. So a slight delay here at Yarra Junction Memorial Reserve.
He just ran for and slapped the other kid on the head. Oh, here we go.
Dad's got to get the kids off the ground, but that's okay. Shouldn't take too long, that. But yeah, it's one thing I did speak about with Ben Green after the qualifying final. Trent was not been happy with Pakenham's starts, and that's a trend that's continued today. 25 points adrift at the moment.
Yeah, Warburton Millgrove have dominated this early parts of this game. We'll see how Pakenham can respond early in the second quarter.
Most certainly. So, second quarter action not too far away. Of course, Pakenham conceded 6 goals in the qualifying final to Seville not so long ago. And they've conceded 5 goals in this first quarter here in the preliminary final. But still 3 quarters to go. There's still time enough for Pakenham, but they want to get motoring. So, once again, we're underway. So, Tato goes a bit early, does eventually win the tap. He was able to kind of keep Nelson Aldridge down at ground level. Aldridge appeals for a free kick, but none forthcoming. Caneva gets a free kick for high contact on the outer side, or so the pavilion side of the ground. Outer side to us, goes wide and finds Tyson Henry. Henry backpedals off the mark. Not in any real hurry. Oh, a bit of a fly, but Mark is taken out the back in the end for Pakenham onto the chest of Wright. Wright, low trajectory ball, might have just turned it over, and he has. Henry doesn't want to waste any time. Good kick from Baker. Farugia takes it on the lead, and Warburton Millgrove on the build. Farugia wheels around onto the right boot, long kick into the pocket, looking for Hewitt. Westlake Flew couldn't stick the mark. Where are the Crummers out the back? Oh no, Stiles went without the football. Maybe a chance for Sharp. Gets it under his control. And it was touched off the boot. So Sharp gathered it, but just couldn't quite get the kick away without a little fingertipper from one of the Pakenham defenders. So 5-4-34 now to 1-2-8. Kamanzuli with the kick in duties. Long kick out of the back line. Casey will park himself underneath it. McHale provided a good contest, and the ball trickles over the boundary line as Noonan goes crashing into the fence. And we'll have a boundary thrown right in front of our broadcast position here at Yarra Junction Memorial Reserve. So Aldridge and D'Angelo Tato to do battle on the ruck. Aldridge gets to the front. Tato wrestles with him. Aldridge just probably got a bit of the forearm onto it. Menzel picked up, though, beautifully by Paddy Horn. Gets the handle away. He releases Tom Barr. He gets it off to Dylan Walker. Checks the kick. Oh, just didn't quite find Liam Westlake, but the ball trickles over the boundary line and will be thrown back into play inside the forward 50 of Warburton Millgrove. Not the worst result for the Kookaburras, but just not quite the best kick in the end from Dylan Walker. But still, with all the early territory. And looks like Liam Westlake's going to go up on the ruck here for Warburton Millgrove, and Trembath will go on the ruck. So D'Angelo Tato and Aldridge will sit behind the footy for now. Up it goes. I think it was Barr couldn't quite get the ball under his control. And now Pakenham with the takeaway. Long kick out of defence. Heads towards the boundary line. Baker will try and keep it in play, and he does. Well done, Tom Baker. Good work rate. He'll handball back into the corridor towards Henry. Gets an accommodating bounce. He'll send the Kookaburras inside forward 50. Humphrey on the lead. Oh no, his own teammate spoiled him. Can that man there, Martini, get the ball under his control? Silva gets his kick away. High up and under ball to half forward, or half back. In fact, Perkins will track it back, but Lee will win the foot race to the footy. And it will be thrown back into play at half forward for Warburton Millgrove.
So the ball will be balled back in here. It's Tato and Aldridge to go at it here. It's going to be an interesting battle all day between them two in the ruck. They lock up. Aldridge just gets the tap down, but Stanton gets it underneath it. Gets a handle to Clacy. Clacy uses the corridor. Casey's got it all out in his own here at half forward. Now he pushes off his mark, then decides to go short to Viano, and he takes a strong mark out in front.
Yep, man of the mark at 40, so he'll go back and have a look here, Viano.
Definitely knows where the goals are.
He does, yep.
100 goals this season plus. So Viano now to line up. This will be a good start for Pakenham in this second quarter after Warburton Millgrove jumped away from them in that first quarter. After, again, a good start to the first quarter for Pakenham. So Viano just settle the ship a bit here. Kick is on its way. Does it come back? It looks like it's coming. No, not quite enough. Goes to the near side for a minor score, just missing. I thought it was coming back for a little bit there, but unable to do enough.
He gave it plenty of height.
Yeah, he definitely did. The ball to be brought back in here. Canavan has been with the kicking duties lately. So Canava plays on, then goes long down the line. Can might be taken, goes in the Aldridge direction, just over Aldridge, and Wright can get underneath him. Pakenham gets a handball moving forward to Perkins. Perkins with a short kick and a nice mark out in front there by Clacy. Clacy goes wide, looking for Perkins again, but the kick doesn't meet him, and Barr just attacks the footy and goes the handball moving forward to Baker. Baker brings the ball back in to Aldridge, who had to go low to take it, but does well. Now Aldridge bites off the corridor and does that well. Now they can move it forward here. They can keep going. Henry goes wide. Walker just unable to take it cleanly, but then has enough time to compose himself and put a kick inside. Westlake goes early. Was that a free kick? The umpire, gives it away. He just went a bit too early there. Did Westlake. So we brought back in with free kick going to Trembath. So Trembath goes wide and finds Martini in the far pocket. And the umpire pushes him back off his line. Martini brings the ball back in the corridor. Beautiful looking kick, bites off it to Kamanzuli. Kamanzuli has a look around. Nothing much presenting, so he just goes short up the corridor. Finds Hagger. Hagger now goes wide. Has to play on his own. Tato has enough time to probably run onto it if the bounce favours him. The bounce does not favour him, but still gets it. But he's knocked over in the meantime. Still manages to get a handball out. Get to Perkins. Now back over the top. Perkins then knocks it on. Did that cleverly. And now they can go through Clacy. Clacy handball to Viano. Shrugs off the tackle. Then puts a barrel into the ball. It's into the pocket. How's the bounce going to favour? Can Keisha get out the back? Not quite. And Warburton Millgrove bring it back inboard. Interesting kick. Can they break off the tackle? Yes. Lee does well. Gets a handball over to Walker. Walker puts his boot into the ball. Goes wide. Doesn't stay in play. The bounce just slows it down a little bit, then finds its way over. No, it stays in play. I think they all thought it was going to go in play. I thought they were all stationary, but a tackle from behind, and it's going to be holding the ball.
Yep, so a free kick going to go the way of Pakenham. Well done, Menzel. So Lockie Menzel backpedals off the mark. Just caught napping there, Warburton Millgrove. Ma couldn't quite stick the mark. Ryan provided a good contest, got it down at ground level. Here is Paddy Hun, picked up by Tom Ma. Was he taken high? Umpire calls him to go. In goes Sharp. Plenty of players around the contest, and the umpire comes through and calls for the ball up. So still a 25-point margin the way of the Kookaburras. If you are just tuning in, 5-4, 34 to 139. Up it goes. Tato gets the better of that tap. Kick around the body, goes inside forward 50 for Pakenham. Vayano presented the option. Couldn't take the mark. It fell short of him. Walker's got the ball under his control, but he's taken in a dumping tackle. And it will be a stoppage inside the forward 50 of the Pakenham Lions, who need to find a couple of responding goals. So conceded 5 goals in the first quarter again. A poor start. Ryan shucked the tap. Got it to Mason Hall. Kick towards goal, and Mason Hall's got his first. Just the start that Pakenham needed to the second quarter. Back to 19 points the difference. 2-3-15 to 5-4, 34.
Loves the big stage as Mason Hall can light it up in a matter of minutes. Just needs half a quarter, and he can bring this game back to within reach for Pakenham.
Exactly right. Didn't have a lot of time as well, but got the ball to boot, and he knows where the goals are, as we know. Kept a lid on the celebration there, it probably has to be said, but probably not the worst thing when you're 25 or 19 points down now. Just focus on the game of footy. So well done, Mason Hall. Gets one back for Pakenham as the ball's back in the middle. Aldridge and Tato to do battle in the ruck. Up it goes. Tato's had much better of the contest in this second quarter. And now Luke Ryan gets the ball under his control. They'll get the centre clearance. The Lions. Vayano takes the mark on the lead. And Pakenham, very good grab out in front. Beautifully done by Luke Ryan. Shark to the tap. And now Pakenham can potentially get this margin back to 13 points in the blink of an eye. So Vayano, distance definitely won't be a problem. It's just going to be all about accuracy. Missed the first shot at goal to the right. So he'll know what his kicks are doing. Not really a lot of breeze out there to speak of. It's a beautiful sunny day here at Yarra Junction. Conditions just about perfect. 21 degrees the top. Matt Vayano with 100 goals in the reserves this season. Brought into the side for the finals, for the seniors, and having an impact. He's called to go, though. He was corralled. His kick's straightening up. Does it straighten up enough? No. Again, just misses to the right-hand side. Oh, Matt Vayano, he just took a little bit too long and put himself under pressure. Another behind. And so Warburton and Millgrove get a reprieve in defence.
So they'll bring the ball back into play here, and they'll come wide, unable to hold the mark, and here's Green. Gets a hand moving forward, right, decides to punch it forward. Now Warburton and Millgrove have it, and they just bomb it down the line. Can the mark be taken? It's 3-on-2 in favour, 4-on-2 matter of fact in favour of Pakenham. Martini gets it, and gets a kick wide, does that really well. Gets it over to Green. Now he can move, he can move it forward into the corridor, inside forward 50. Haggard, second grab, and he's got it. Almost had on the first grab, then made it so much harder for himself. He took the diving slips catch. Or more like Cam Green and Gully, I think they're Aiden.
Yeah, it was a bit like Cam Green in the Gully for sure. He's a big, tall boy, but he's got the ball anyway. And this to get it back to 12 points, Trent.
Such an important kick here for Pakenham. And Hagger will come in. He's been known as the swing man this year. Whatever job needs to be done, he's the one they go to. Can he do the job here? Hagger. In he comes now. Kick off the boot. Distance not a problem. How does it hold its line? No, just misses.
There we go.
That's twice in a row. They've really liked it behind the goals, and the umpire's just saying nah, and going through for a minor score.
They're always going to do that, though, aren't they, Trent? Try and trick the goal umpire into paying something that's not there. But the goal umpire again right underneath it, and Josh Hagger unable to convert. So 17 points the difference now.
So now they bring the ball back into play. Warburton and Millgrove go in the Aldridge direction. Can a mark be taken? Not quite. So now Warburton and Millgrove
go.
Bar got it out on the wide. They got Westlake wide. Baker flies and just knocks it forward. But they do well to get back and recover. Handball over to Green. The bounce does favour him in the end. Gets it to Cameron Zully. Tries to break up the tackle. Baker intercepts. Now Baker wheels around. Then brings it back inboard. Interesting kick because now it's cut off by Martini. Could have probably nearly went all the way, Baker.
Yeah.
Try to be a bit too unselfish. Now Pakenham go wide and they get it across to Ryan, who can get them out of trouble for now.
That's a golden opportunity gone begging for war because initially Westlake was pretty much all on his own, about 30 out.
Yeah, exactly. Ryan goes back to Martini. Martini goes over the top in the middle of the ground. Back to Ryan. Ryan now, again, short to Stanton. Now he has a look around. Now decides to go wide as well. Can the mark be held or can it be cut off? Just doing it in the night time. It was chopping in the arms free kick, but the umpire calls it the advantage, but the kick doesn't favour the middle. They would have liked that one back. Iacano puts it in the Woolridge direction, and he's got it. He's going to get a 25. Not quite. I think he played through a bit too to try and get it.
There's maybe a bit of contact, but yeah, there was definitely a bit of through the head back.
Woolwich hasn't been in the ruck that much today. We know how much that is a threat. The fact that him and Aldridge are both players that can play as number one ruckman, but also play as key opposing key forward targets and hit the scoreboard. So Woolwich now will line up, kick of about 40 metres, virtually directly in front. This is important for Warburton Millgrove to get the momentum back. Kick off the boot, looks pretty good, and he's held the line. Woolwich puts it through. So while Pakenham can't convert their opportunities in this quarter, Woolwich goes back and puts it straight through.
There we go. That is a crucial goal there, Trent. Braden Woolridge absolutely nailing it. And back to a 23-point difference. Let's wait for the ball to come back in the middle. So 6 goals for, 40 to 2, 5-17. And as you mentioned, Trent, Pakenham had their opportunities, didn't take, and Warby go down the other end and they put one through. And that's going to sting. It's pretty much back to what the margin was at quarter time after all the hard work done by Pakenham, but still plenty of time. D'Angelo Tato, he's had a much better time in the ruck in this second quarter. That's been one of the positives. Henry, interesting looking handball, but the umpire calls him to go. High up and under ball to the broadcast wing. It's a foot race. Who can get there first? It's going to stay in play. Well done, Keisha. Gets the handball back to Stanton. Oh, nobody spilled the ball at an inopportune time. And Gordon escorts the ball over the boundary line. And it will be thrown back into play on the broadcast wing here at Yarra Junction. So again, Tato at Aldridge. So Aldridge probably dominated the first quarter, but Tato's probably dominated the second quarter. So up it goes. Both rucks wrestle for position. Again, Tato probably got the better of that one. At clean bowled Iacano into the hands of Stanton. He looks to go backwards to go forwards. Lee gets the ball under his control. Handballs off to Martini. Warby Millgrove on ball. He definitely got the handball away. And again, the ball trickles over the boundary line. Warby Millgrove gained about 20 metres.
You can hear the Warby bench yelling. They don't like contact. Put pressure on them.
So
Martini and Barr going out behind the ball as well.
Up it goes, Aldridge. Clever tap might work out, but Ben Green nearly sharked it. Couldn't quite get the ball under his control. And now Pakenham might be away here. Who can win the foot race of the ball? Oh, Hearn just couldn't take it cleanly. Faruga kept him corralled. Now plenty of numbers from both sides come across to swarm the contest, and the umpire comes through and calls for yet another ball up. Right at half forward here for Warburton Millgrove, who was suddenly looking a bit more dangerous. So up it goes. Aldridge probably got the better of that one, looking for Iacano. Won't matter. Long kick inside forward, 50. Humphrey was there, but well done, Kamanzuli. Stuck the mark and gets the ball moving back the other way. Finds Perkins on the lead. Perkins backpedals. Got a couple of options leading to him. Keisha's one of those, so to his Styles, but he'll go beyond both of those. Low trajectory ball, but the mark is taken beautifully done by Gordon. Cuts across, picks it off. And Warburton Millgrove will get themselves on the counter-attack. Low trajectory ball back in towards the corridor. Well done by Ma. Thought about the dish off to Iacano, but cleverly decided against it. He's got a few options down the line. Into the hands of Henry. Henry loads up on the right boot. He's got Humphrey on the lead, but well done again. Kamanzuli, second intercept mark in about 2 minutes.
Kamanzuli goes wide, and they move it forward now. And they keep it moving forward to Pakenham. Up the line now, finding Menzel. Menzel goes down the line, finds Green. What can Green do with this ball now? Creeping up to the half-forward line here for Pakenham. Goes wide. Can they get in their control? Hall. He's corralled and then tackled, but he's going to get a high contact free kick. Probably not within range. I haven't seen Hall from long range much. He's normally within short range, so don't have much to comment if he would have the distance or not. But he just puts it to the hot spot anyway. Can a mark be taken? Beautiful mark flying over the top. Looks like Styles.
Well done. I thought that was well out of his reach. He did really well to get to that.
Such an important kick here. They've had a couple of opportunities. Obviously, they've put through the whole goal, but have had a fair few misses this quarter as well. So this is such an important kick here. Bailey Styles to come in now. Kick only of about 25 metres directly in front. So Styles, but all in front of him now. In he comes. Kick off the boot. Doesn't hold its line.
Oh, dear, oh dear.
The face. So they're kicking out themselves out of this game at the moment, really. They're getting all the opportunities, just can't capitalise.
No, they can't, Trent.
So Warburton Millgrove will bring the ball back into play. As they wait for the ball to be brought back, it'll be Gordon with the kicking duties. And he'll have to wait again. So Gordon plays on from fullback and decides to go long, wide and high in the Woolwich direction. He makes a contest, and it's Hun who gets the crumbs and gets a handball over the top. Now goes down the line with Faruga. Can he gather it? Yes, he shrugs off his opponent and keeps his feet. Shrugs off the tackle again. Matter of fact, he's getting a free kick. Has a couple of options leading towards him. Or is he going to back himself in? He's going to go long. high to the square. Can a mark be taken? Hagger's gone in defence as well. It's going to be punched on the line by Hagger.
Really crucial that from Josh Hagger. So repels a Warby Millgrove attack 6-5-41 now to 2-6-18. So can Pakenham find the next one? Inaccuracy's really been their enemy in this second quarter. Styles provides a lead. It might go shorter to Keisha. In fact, it falls even shorter to Hagger. So Josh Hagger, oh no, the handball to Stanton. It works out okay in the end. Ball hugs the boundary line, but it does well in the end to find the chest of Hall. And oh, Mason Hall, dear oh dear, he swung it out of bounds on the full. There we go. Oh, Mason Hall, he just rushed the kick, and now Warburton Millgrove again on the counter-attack. So Braden Woolridge with ball in hand, assesses the options down the line. Styles mans the mark. Long kick, looking for Aldridge. Oh, well done, Nelson Aldridge. Sticks the mark. Lee just got a bit of a stinger in the head. Long ball inside forward 50. Humphrey on the lead. It flies over the head of him and Silver. Ferrugia should be able to get the ball out the back. Gets the ball under his control. Jack Ferrugia steps around one. Swings onto the right, and it's touched off the boot.
Hagger's been split open in that contest from behind his head. He's just running himself off. He just checked through the back of his head, and I think he took his hand off. He had a fair bit of blood coming from the behind it.
There we go. So Ferrugia with another behind. He hit the post in the first quarter. That one went through the middle, but it was touched. So Pakenham again on the counter-attack. Looks like Keisha's got the ball. He's playing really high up the ground, is Sam Keisha. So wheels and goes short on the right. Styles, did he get a push? Umpire calls him to go. Baker's there. Oh, well done, Baker, to win the ground level ball. He was tackled straight away, but it was a good contest provided, and it will be a stoppage on the pavilion side wing here at Yarra Junction. Warby Millgrove threatening to push the lead out once again. Up it goes. So Woolridge in the ruck this time. Taylor gets the better of the tap. Got it down into the hands of Nicholas. But Warburton Millgrove with the takeaway. Coming up to meet the football was Paddy Horn. Oh, he does well. Tucks the ball under his arm. Kick on the outside of his right. Oh, Aldridge has gone forward, but he couldn't take the mark. The ball fisted away from him, and it's going to be thrown back into play inside the forward 50 of Warburton Millgrove. Who again are looking dangerous. So Lee's going to go up in the ruck, and Aldridge will go up in the ruck here for Warburton Millgrove. So Nelson Aldridge, can he grab one out of the ruck and put it through? Oh, that's what he was thinking. He got rid of Lee, but Lee was able to get the tap. He just thumps it over the boundary line. And it will be take two in the forward pocket here for Warburton Millgrove. So again, Aldridge and Lee to do battles. We wait for the umpire to throw the ball back into play. Up it goes. Nelson Aldridge with front position. Lee gets it from the back though. Nearly shut by Arcano. Pakenham desperately trying to get the ball out of there. There's a free kick for high contact, and it's going to go Warburton Millgrove's way. And I think it's Tim McHale.
Haley's coming off.
No, it's not. In fact, it's Josh Sharp who will be the recipient. So he'll line them up from about 35 out on a 45-degree angle. This to potentially push the margin back up to 30 points, in fact. So that will be the biggest lead of the game. So Josh Sharp, distance won't be a problem. It's all about accuracy. It's been a problem for Pakenham. Not been as much of a problem for Warburton Millgrove. Gee, they'd love for this to go through. Sharp, in he comes. Looks pretty good off the boot. And he's got it. So Josh Sharp extends the margin to 30 points, 7-6-48 to 2-6-18. We'll be going 19 minutes into the second quarter.
Warburton Millgrove are doing just exactly what Pakenham are, converting with their chances.
Exactly right, Trent. So 13 scoring shots to 8 scoring shots, but it's a 5-goal difference as we wait for the ball to come back into the middle. And we are into red time now in this second quarter, so not long left to go in the first half, and Pakenham need to find a couple of responding goals before the main change.
The ball will be brought back in the middle here. Where's this difference going to come from? That's the question that they'll be wondering, because they need to start converting their chances. Ball's thrown up. No ruck gets the tap onto that, but it's Warburton Millgrove try to burst their way through Ma, and they get it moving forward to half forward. Can they gather a Hewitt? Kicks it up, spins around, then brings the board into the corridor. Can a mark be taken? Westlake's there, Aldridge is there, no mark can be taken. Ball at the bottom of the pack. Can they get a handball out moving forward? Pakenham, Stanton, try to go to Martini, just overruns the footy. Hunt does well, Ferrugia, does really well. Now they try and get the ball moving forward. Pakenham, couple of handballs. Cameron Zuli looks to try and calm them down. Kick over to Nicholas, but Kale flies high to get the spoil in. Now they try and get through a Hearn just gets a handball away. Nicholas at ground level, gets a little handball moving forward. Now it's against the ground level. Canava at the bottom of the pack gets a tackle there, and it's a bit going on after it too.
Cameron Zuli's had a good second quarter. Been impressed with him. Been under the pump, but he's held up quite strong in a few moments.
So now the ball to be thrown back up. Blood rule coming off. So McHale's coming off now. The ball thrown up. Tato gets the tap down. Clacy unable to get it cleanly though. Baker gets it. Kick into the forward 50. Can Amar be taking Kamanzuli again? Mops it up. He's met with a strong tackle. He's going to get a high contact free kick for his troubles. Been really good so far in this first half. Kamanzuli really holding up as much as he can. That back 50. So Kamanzuli has a look, then switches the play, goes wide looking for Wright. Can Wright hold it? Yes, he can. Has plenty of space if he wants to move the ball, but decides to just hold it up. Now he goes long down the line. Keisha's in the region. It's probably not going to quite get to him though. It's going to be cut off. Mark taken by Walker. So Walker can put Warburton Millgrove back inside the forward 50. Has a look around. Not rushing his play though. Now he puts a long kick inside the 450. Can might be taking Hewitt flies just over the top of him. Lee gets a hand moving forward, but Baker sharks it. Baker kick to an open goal square. Baker, can he finish? Not quite.
Gee, from the same pocket that Jethro Von Hess sealed the game for Linda Fernie Creek, and it was looking pretty good.
Kamanzuli immediately plays on and goes short to Ryan. Ryan has Perkins. If Perkins is ready to go short over the top, instead he bites off the middle and goes to Trembath. Trembath looks to use the fat side and brings it wide. Beautiful looking kick. Now they can go. Kick off. Kick down the line now. Can Amar be taken? Cardona tries to use his body, then just overruns it. Can Green get it out the back? Just overruns the footy. Walker dives in to try and get it at ground level, and now a tackle is laid, and it's going to be a ball up at half forward here for Pakenham. So now they're at their forward line. They need to convert this opportunity. It's deep into this quarter. 22 minutes gone in this second quarter. Ball thrown up, tapped down there. Can they get the ball moving through Clacy? He's tackled by Baker. These two have been going at it all day. Baker appeals to hold the ball. The umpire says, I'll have that one, thanks.
There we go. So another stoppage inside the forward 50 of Pakenham, who need to get the next one. They're 31 points adrift at the moment. Up it goes. Woolridge got the better of the tap. It was sharked by Vayano. Kick around his body to the top of the square. Oh, intercepting mark is taken. Beautifully done by James Lee. Jack Lee, sorry, in fact. Had the wrong Lee. So Jack Lee, steadfast in defence. Had his name written all over it. Goes for a bit of a run. Low trajectory ball. Works head in the end onto the chest of Noonan. So can't be too long left to go in this first half. Warburton Millgrove will be pretty happy with their work so far, but this Pakenham side aren't going to give up without a fight, and D'Angelo Tato does well. Cuts across, takes the intercepting mark, looks to bite off the corridor, and it might not have worked out. Hewitt disoriented, he didn't know where the ball was, but eventually they come away with it. Well done, Ben Green with the diving slips catch. Takes the intercepting mark. Has Trembath as a handball option, decides against it, appeals that Tom Barr's too close. The umpire having none of it, goes short to Kamanzuli, who's got himself high up the ground. Kamanzuli checks the kick into the pocket. Can a mark be taken? Oh, nearly. Just spills to ground level again. Warburton Millgrove with a takeaway. Baker kicks him clear, not Baker. In fact, it's Gordon Trembath. Pucks himself underneath it. Westlake provided a good contest. Gets the fist in. Gets the ball over the boundary line and forces a stoppage. Right on the broadcast wing here at Yarra Junction. So again, D'Angelo Tato on the ruck. Braden Woolridge will attend to this one for Warburton Millgrove. As James Icana comes off and Paddy Hun re-enters the game. Up it goes. So Tato with front spot, but Woolridge probably going to have the advantage at the back. Got a fingertip on it. Well done as well. Tom Maher runs onto it. Kick to a one-on-one. Looking for Humphrey. Flies over his head. Can he get rid of Silver? Yes, he can. Can he get on the right boot? You bet he can. Open goal for Humphrey. Puts it away. 37 points the difference. Oh, he's just got the better of Jaden Silver once again, and that's his fourth goal for the afternoon, and we haven't even got to half-time yet.
Thought Silver had done such a good job there in that battle, but Humphrey just kept composing and managed to shake him off, shaked and baked and rang to an open goal square and put the barrel straight through it. The crowd too. He loves it.
He did. He's kicked that ball back into Woori Alec, to be perfectly honest, Trent. We're going to have to wait a while for that one to come back, but Warburton Millgrove, they are well on top of this game now, 37 points. Alarm bell starting to sound for Pakenham as the ball comes back into the middle of the ground. So can they at least get one more before half-time, the Lions? This is not the start they would have wanted. Up it goes again. Woolridge gets the better of the tap straight down to Tom Barr, but he's constrained in the tackle. He won't go anywhere. And it will be take two in the centre, just forward to centre for Warburton Millgrove. Up it goes once again. Woolridge gets the better of the tap, looking for Paddy Horn. Stanton did well, got the handle away, and the Lions might be away into the hands of Menzel. Good low kick looking for Vayano, just fell short of him. Lee did really well, gets the kick away through the corridor. The tough up and under ball didn't quite work out in the end for Woolridge, and a high contact free kick's going to go the way of Warburton Millgrove. Hun, the recipient. He's got Baker out wide if he wants him. Hasn't spotted him as of yet, Paddy Hun. Backpedals off the mark. Might go to Woolridge, goes beyond him, into the hands of Barr. And Warburton Millgrove are on the build once again. They want to extend the margin to 43 points. Barr wheels onto the left. Long kick to the top of the square. Oh, Muck couldn't be taken by Westlake. Maybe a chance though for Hewitt. Dishes off. Turned over to Jones. He couldn't take the ball cleanly. Silver tracks it back into the pocket. So too does Perkins. Can't take it cleanly. There's an appeal for insufficient intent, but nothing forthcoming. Boundary throwing deep inside the forward 50 of Warburton Millgrove.
So now it's brought back inside. We can see Lee, big tape around his head too. So throw back and he'll do the ruck duties. Woolridge front position, gets the tap down. Can they get the ball moving forward? Yes, they do. Silver decides to just kick it in midair. Paddy Horn, if the bounce fails and can run onto this, it didn't. But he still gets on, spins and turns, then gets a handball over the top. Can they finish here? Step around the body. It's got to be kept to stay and play there. Silver. Handball's moving forward. They get a kick to Perkins. Can't quite take it cleanly. He's going to go over the boundary line for a boundary throw in.
Oh dear, oh dear. Henry just didn't quite have the leverage on the kick, and then Jaden Silver probably should have fisted it over, but maybe a bit spooked from the insufficient intent that did get paid against him.
So ball thrown back into play now. Lee probably from the back got a tap down. Can Pakenham get this out of reach? Ryan handballs to Clacy. He's tackled far side of the ground. There's the sign to end the first half. And it's been all Warburton Millgrove, Aiden.
It most certainly has been, Trent. They lead by 37 points at the main change. 8-7-55 to Pakenham 2-6-18. And fair to say, Trent, the Lions' inaccuracy has been it's probably been their biggest enemy of the day. And they need to get things motoring in the second half if they're going to keep 2025 alive.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, with a big lead now, Warburton Millgrove, they need to try and convert these opportunities. Every opportunity they get into Pakenham is so crucial. They need to start converting. They had plenty in that quarter. They just weren't able to do it.
Exactly, Rob. We'll now take a look at some scores from around the ground. Trent, half action here in the Division 1 Senior Footy preliminary final between Warburton Millgrove and Pakenham. The Kookaburras lead by 37. It's Nelson Aldridge and D'Angelo Taylor to do battle on the ruck as the umpire throws the ball aloft. Nelson Aldridge gets the better of the tap, and Warburton Millgrove are inside forward 50 straight away. Hager started in defence. The ball fell short of him. Bounces over the head. Good strong tackle is laid by Westlake. The ball going nowhere, and it will be a stoppage inside the forward 50 of Warburton Millgrove early days. So they're winning the early territory battle, are the Kookaburras. As the umpire lines things up it goes. Tap one down by Westlake. Maybe a chance for the Kookaburras, but the ball's going nowhere, and it's locked up. They gain about 3 or 4 metres. So Warburton Millgrove in attack early. Up it goes again. Westlake and Hager. Hager probably got the better of the tap. Heads towards the boundary line. Sharp lurking. Ball going nowhere again, as it does spill out momentarily. Perkins locks the ball in, and the umpire calls for a ball up once again. So it's a bit of a gridlock at half forward for Warburton Millgrove. Up it goes again. Westlake taps back into the corridor, and Pakenham are away. They'll take on the corridor. High up and under ball. Styles will park himself underneath. It was their front on contact. Umpire calls them to go. Good enough contest provided by Walker in the end. Cardona gets a kick away on his right. Lee will park himself underneath it. Well done. Jack Lee takes the intercepting mark against Vaiano and repels the attack of Pakenham. Just goes short. He's got Caneva up the line. Oh, I think the mark was paid, but the umpire did correctly not pay it because Caneva spilled it, and that's got to be holding the ball. Surely it is. Good strong tackle laid by Bailey Styles. Brock Caneva just with attack of the fumbles. It was an uncontested marking opportunity, and he spilled it. And Pakenham should be able to go inside forward 50 off the back of this low trajectory ball. And the mark is taken as no, Green spilled it. Oh, another tack of the fumbles, this time for Ben Green. Warburton Millgrove out of danger, but for how long? Good strong tackle laid by Cardona. Baker, will he be penalised? No, umpire said no prior opportunity. Hot start to this third quarter here at Yarra Junction. Couple of pretty simple marking opportunities been spilled by both sides. First of all, in fact, both number 16s, Brock Caneva and then Ben Green. Up it goes. Tato got the better of the tap. Ryan sends the lines inside forward 50. Intercepted though by Walker. Just dumps the ball onto the right boot. Kamanzuli couldn't gather it cleanly. It was an interesting bounce. Here is Ryan. Gets the ball under control. He's corralled. Beautifully done by Caneva, and he's penalised for holding the ball. And Brock Caneva, in fact, Lockie Hewitt will be the recipient of the free kick.
So Hewitt now brings it back into the corridor. How's it sit? Okay for Westlake. Westlake has it at centre half forward. Westlake goes long in the forward 50. Humphreys in the area and he holds it. 4 in the first half for Humphreys, looking for number 5. Kick 7 the first time. First time they versed in this game. We see Baker come off, just trying to get his taping redone. Was not very happy about it.
No, he wasn't.
So I was like, what's going on? All the yelling in front of us. So now, Humphrey looking for number 5. It's coming back, and he's got it. He's got 5.
Oh, gee, loved it straight off the boot too, Trent. The finger went straight up. And there's a bit of remonstration with the crowd as well, but 43 points the difference. And as you mentioned, Trent, he's got a bag of 5. We've only begun 3 minutes into the third quarter.
Yeah, I know. He's absolutely turned. We know this is the type of thing that he can do. We've seen plenty of bags, Bailey Humphrey live, and as I mentioned, the first time they played each other at Warburton's home ground, Max Bark Oval, he kicked the 7 against them. So has a good record against Pakenham.
He does most certainly. The ball comes back into the middle, and Pakenham need to respond.
So the ball back in the middle. Is it time for someone like a Luke Ryan or a Stanton to stand up to really try and take control of this game? Ball's thrown in. Martini's gone in the middle as well. So Tato tries to get a kick, but he kicks it straight into the head of Baker. Now they try and move it forward here. Kick off the boot of Clacy. Clacy sends it in the 450. Viano comes out the other way, but a good strong mark taken there by Noonan, it looks like.
Yep.
So Noonan pushes off his mark. At fullback. Plays on. Kick down the line. Can Styles cut this off? Cardona's there as well. They talked well in the end. I thought they were going to collide, but Styles comes back, cuts it off, puts a kick in the forward 50. He's probably going to have a bit too much on it, and it's going to be cut off again by Noonan. Doing a good job on Hall so far. Brings it back in board. To Canava. Kick falls short. Arno gets a handle to Clacy. Clacy puts a boot to the ball. Can Amapi take it at a crucial time? Green comes at it. Just drops the mark. Now they go forward. Ryan tries to break through the tackle. Is it holding the ball? No. The umpire says, my ball, I'll ball this one up. So they're really doing well at locking up, especially Ryan, to not allow him any space on the outside to use his beautiful ball use he has.
So it's a ball up inside the forward 50 of the Pakenham Lions. Luke Ryan's getting involved. Trent called for him. He's been pretty busy the last couple of minutes. Caneva will come up to meet the football. Tried to be a little bit too cute, and he's run himself into trouble. That'll be holding the ball. And Pakenham will get a look. Got to be careful. Oh, don't tell me this is a reversal. Oh, it is. Oh, that is just stupid. That is dumb. Why would you do that? You've got the free kick. You got the shot at goal. Oh, that is unforgivable. I think it was Dylan Martini as well. Oh, no, they might have turned it over. No, the bounce came straight back into the lap of Baker. Kicks backwards, and the relieving mark is taken by Walker. So Warburton Millgrove on the counter-attack. Ryan Martini, in fact, it was. Low trajectory ball is going to fall short of Tom Maher and trickle over the boundary line. Oh, what was he thinking, Trent? What did he think that was going to achieve?
I'm not sure, Aidan, but when you already have a chance to goal, you're better off just leaving it alone.
And particularly when you're 43 points down, inaccuracy's not been your friend. You got to keep your cool, so up it goes. Grabbed out of the ruck by Tato, but he couldn't take it cleanly. Things not going right for Pakenham. Baker's got the ball under his control. He dishes off to Hun. Hun takes on a couple, and he wins. Oh, he shrugged off a tackle. Handballs, beautifully done to Barr. He'll go back to Paddy Hun. Back to Barr. Low kick to half forward. Farugia. He's been corralled by Wright, but he gets the ball under his control. Tries to get the Jets on. Tom Barr with another attempt. He'll set sail for home. It's coming back, and Tom Barr has absolutely nailed it. 49 points the difference. Oh, how about the work rate from Tom Barr? From the pavilion wing to half forward, he slots it. 10-7-67 to 2-6-18. 6 gone in the third. It's a free kick to Warburton Millgrove now as well. What is going on? This is a capitulation from Pakenham. It is all going wrong for the Lions. Tom Barr with his first goal of the afternoon on the run. Nelson Aldridge will put Warburton Millgrove straight back inside forward 50. As he backpedals off the mark. Sends it long to the top of the square. It's a booming kick. Can the mark be taken? Westlake flew, but he couldn't quite stick the mark, and the ball trickles over the boundary line. Oh, it's getting away from Pakenham quickly, this. They've got to quell the momentum. They've just got to calm themselves down. So boundary throwing deep inside the forward 50 of Warburton Millgrove. Westlake will contest the ruck. Thumped away from him. Comes into the hands of Clacy. Pakenham on the counter-attack. They've got to find something from this. Long kick to half forward. But parked underneath it is Anderweezer. He takes it uncontested. He'll pull the switch. He goes across to Noonan. Noonan, he's got Gordon on the outer side. Oh, he can't get the ball under his control. It'll be cut off. Beautifully done by Bailey Stiles. Kick towards goal. Looks pretty good. And he's nailed it. Straight over the goal umpire's cap. And Pakenham get one back, and they get it back to 43 points the difference.
Yeah, it's one they really needed there, but is it a bit too much to do now? They really need to pile on a couple of quick goals here if they want to be able to make their way back here.
They do. It was well done by Bailey Stiles, but you're right, Trent. They've just lost their composure a bit, Pakenham. They've got that one there to get it back to 43 points, but it's a big mountain to climb as the ball comes back into the middle.
So the ball back in the middle now. Ready to be thrown up. So we wait. The umpire to get in position as he balls this one up now. Tato and Aldridge. Aldridge went early but still manages to get it on the way down. Can they get a clearance? Tato grabs it and just bombs it inside the forward 50. Can a mark be taken? Not quite. Lee tries to gather it and then swipes off the green tackle. When he can't get around the second tackle, umpire says play on. They get the handball moving forward. Can they gather it here? Pakenham. Now they move the ball forward. Tap down. Is it going to stay in play? They chase after it. Can they gather it in time? Yes, they can. So it's at ground level. I thought it went over for a second, but not quite. So now the ball at the bottom. So now they get the ball moving forward. A handball at the top. And something I've just noticed. That's why I'm all over the place here, because Nicholas is taking his helmet off at half time. That's why I'm looking at going 35. And I'm like, wait, he was wearing a helmet in the first half.
Interesting one. Maybe it broke or something, Trent. Who knows?
So the ball to be thrown back into play here. Aldridge, Tato. No ruck get near it. Now they try and get it through Stanton. Stanton gets the handball moving forward. Trent Bath chases after it. Can they pick it up here? Yes, they can. Handball through Menzel. Menzel gets it moving forward. Can they keep it in play? No, they can't. So it's going to be a ball in. Here at half forward for Pakenham. So nothing really moving much here. They really need to get this ball moving quickly inside the forward line. They need to start converting. Tato caps it over the top. There's going to be a free kick. Which way is it going?
Millgrove.
Going the way of Warburton.
Yep.
That's not what they needed.
No.
Aldridge, half back. We'll have this recipient of this free kick. Goes down the line looking for Woolridge, his fellow ruckman, and finds him. Takes the mark on the boundary. Has a look around. And assesses his option. Nothing really presenting. He's told to move it on. So he just goes long down the line in the Westlake direction. He flies. Unable to hold the mark, but they have it at the front of the back. Wouldn't get to kick over the top.
Well done.
And they've done that well to Barr. So Barr will line up for goal here.
Yep.
Tough angle, but the distance shouldn't be a problem. He'll probably be kicking this from about 35.
Oh, maybe 40, but he kicked one from similar distance just before, so distance definitely won't be a problem. It's just going to be, about the accuracy from the angle.
This would really tear the hearts out of Pakenham. He convert here. Barr comes in. Kick off the boot. Kick looks pretty good. Kick is home. Barr lights it up again. He has two this quarter.
Wow.
And Warburton and Millgrove are kicking away.
He has flushed that trend. That is a beautiful kick. Back to 49 points the difference as well. 11-7-73 to 3-6-24.
What a kick off the boot that is. Off that angle is
Yep.
never going to be easy. And they're putting their foot on the throat. I think it's like shutting the door in this game just about soon, Aiden.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough
Only
now.
going 10.5 minutes. What's the margin?
49 points.
Yeah, Jesus. So you need to kick at least 9 without them kicking one.
Exactly right, just to get back into the game.
Oh, it's the heartbreaking stuff here that it could be over this early, but Aldridge, gets the tap down. Can they get the ball moving forward? Pakenham here. Barr again, just bursts his way through, gets a handball to Woolridge, gives it to Canava. There's a free kick. They pay the advantage. Canava sees an open goal square, but it's just across the face.
Oh, gee. 50 points the difference now, though. So Brock Caneva just couldn't quite get the kick to come around. So Pakenham bring the ball back into play. Caneva, good contest provided. Trembath couldn't take the mark. Gets the handball into the hands of Keisha. Keisha with a bit of room to work with. Bites off the corridor. Now it's a foot race. Can Menzel get the ball under his control? Didn't get the kindness of bounces. Gordon comes across to provide a hand. Ball in the middle of the ground. Who can gather it? It'll come the way of Pakenham, but they've turned it over. Warby Millgrove on the counter-attack. Lockie Hewitt handballs backwards to go forwards. He may have just turned it over, and he has. Clacy, interesting-looking handball. It was a throw for sure, but he's turned it over anyway. Warburton Millgrove on the counter-attack. Ball bounces over the boundary line and will be thrown back into play. Right in front of our broadcast position here at Yarra Junction. Luke Ryan thought insufficient intent free kick was going to be paid. Interesting. So anyway, it's going to be a boundary throw in right in front of us here at Yarra Junction. D'Angelo Tato and Nelson Aldridge do battle on the ruck. Both rucks wrestling for position. A little bit of a hold. It's going to go Aldridge's way. Nothing going right for Pakenham at the moment. It's just been a capitulation in this third quarter. There's a bit of a miscommunication here between a couple of the Warby players right in front of us. Cardona fisted away. Good contest. And gets the ball over the boundary line. It will be thrown back into play. So Warby only gain about probably 10 or 15 metres. So again, it'll be Aldridge and Tato to do battle on the ruck. So a lot of work to do for Pakenham if you're just tuning in. They're trailed by 50 points, 3-6-24 to 11-8-74. Warby Millgrove, just when you thought they were in a spot of bother coming into this game, they've really found some form at the right time. Up it goes. Tato gets to the front. Aldridge wins it for the back. Sharked by Brian. Dishes off to Cardona. He finds Clacy. Gets a kick away on the right. Puts the lines inside forward 50. Looking for Vaiano. Fisted away from him. Walker gathers the ground level ball. Dishes off to Lee. Gets a kick away on the left looking for Arcano. But he pulls out of it and lets Baker take it on the chest. Baker assesses the options down the line. He's got Icano short, so eventually Icano will get the ball in his hands. Icano goes short again. Beautifully done to Ma. Tom Ma in no real hurry, and when you're 50 points up, absolutely fair enough. Kicks back into the corridor. It's over the head of Caneva, but he's got a paddock, although cutting across to provide a hand is that man in Styles. But Brock Caneva will have a bounce. He gets to half forward. Low trajectory ball. Bailey Humphrey already got 5. Can he break away? Silver got him in the tackle. Ball still to be won at ground level. Cardona eventually gets out of his control. Dishes off to Ahern. Ahern goes for a bit of a run. Pulls the kick back in towards the corridor. Clacy couldn't take the mark. And Warburton and Millgrove will be on the counter-attack once again. Gordon paddles it in front of himself. Good strong tackle is laid on Clacy. And a free kick is paid to Warburton and Millgrove. Might have been for holding the ball for taking on the tackler. So Tom Ma again with ball in hand. Dishes off to Baker. Baker will get run down. Must have got a handball away. Ma gets a kick onto his left. He's turned it over though. Mark is taken. Is that 25? Is it 25? I think it will be. So it looks like Stanton the recipient. Maybe a chance for Pakenham to go inside forward 50.
So now they can get it here. Stanton comes wide. Finds Kamanzula. He plays on. Then wheels on. Goes long. Has Hall in the goal square.
Oh,
he
well
holds
done.
it. He'll probably play on show and a snap over his head. I imagine. No, he's going to take off the seconds. So he'll go back and look to kick number 2.
Yep.
And he puts it straight through the middle. Just the player we said, is it a bit too late that now he's entering the game? But it's exactly the player who can bring it back into Pakenham's favour here.
That's it. He can kick goals in a flurry. So 4-6-30 to 11-8-74, back to 44 points of difference. But as you mentioned, Trent, still a big mountain to climb. But it does all start with the first step. So they get one back to Pakenham, but they still need to kick at least another 6 or 7 goals to get themselves just close to Warburton and Millgrove as the ball comes back into the middle.
So now the ball will be thrown back into ball up here, in the middle of the ground. Tato. And that's Woolridge, I believe, this time. Yes, it's Woolridge this time. He goes early, and Tato just waits down, then gets the clearing handle to Ryan, but he can't take it cleanly. And now they move the ball forward to Warburton and Millgrove. Can they get a kick just over the head of Barr? Punching it forward there was Sharp. Now that's inside their forward 50, applying all the pressure. Here, Faruga goes in forward now, tries to get around in traffic, does really well, then puts a drilling kick inside forward 50. Might go all the way. No. Just going to go through for a minor score. That would have been some goal too. Yep. Dancing and weaving his way out of traffic there was Faruga. But unable to now. Silva to bring the ball back into play. Silva goes wide. Finds a teammate there in Ahern. Tucked up in the back pocket. So Ahern has a look around. Now plays, just decides to go down the line. Nichols is there, Stanton is there. Stanton unable to hold the mark. But they get the tap down. Menzel is knocked off the footy. Can they get the ball moving forward? No, the umpire blows his whistle to ball this one up. Notices the ball is not going anywhere. Yep. So we'll resume play with a ball up here. As they throw the ball up now. No tap down can be won there. Now they move the ball forward. Lee, tap over the top. Baker gets a kick inside the 450. Goes in the Humphrey Westlake direction. Excuse me. Now they move the ball forward. Tap down. Pakenham right off the corridor, and they do well. And is that K-shot off the middle of the ground? I think it might be.
Yeah, I think so.
All the way in the defensive 50, which is interesting. He has been playing high, but hasn't seen much of him either too. Hasn't troubled the scoreboard today. Now comes wide, looking for Cardona. Takes a nice mark, tucked up on the boundary. Been going 16 minutes in this quarter. Now they move it wide. So this is a nice build up here so far. If they can get something from here, down the line, Ryan. Now has a look around. Then brings the ball inside. The kick just misses the target. It's going to trickle over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. So at least it's inside the 450, but they need to make something of this, and they need to make something of it quickly.
They do most certainly, Trent. So it's a boundary throw-in. I think the good thing as well for Pakenham is they've just been able to play a bit more uncontested game, which is a bit more their style on that big ground that they're used to playing on at Pakenham. So if they can find a way to keep doing that, that might be their chance to get back into the game. So Tato wins a tap. Ball going nowhere, and it will be repeat stoppages at half forward for Pakenham. So they've got the last goal. It's back to 45 points the difference. Can they get the next one? Get it back down to 39. Mar's been busy in this third quarter. Heads straight towards the boundary line. Finds Iacano. Kicks around his body. Caneva was the target, but Cardona, can he track it back? Can he keep it in play? No, he can't. So boundary thrown on the pavilion side wing here at Yarra Junction as we're just about to tick into red time in this third quarter. So still a pretty considerable margin for Warburton and Millgrove. Pakenham probably had the better of these last couple of minutes, but they need to start taking some opportunities. Up it goes. Aldridge, I don't think, got any hands to it. Baker taken in the tackle straight away. And through comes the umpire for yet another stoppage. Seen plenty of those in the last couple of minutes here at Yarra Junction. So the umpire will throw the ball aloft once again. And it will be Tato and Aldridge to do battle on the ruck. Tato probably got the better of that one. Shark by Mar, but he's tackled straight away by Keisha. Ball going nowhere. And another stoppage. So it's a gridlock on the pavilion wing. Aldridge and Tato. Tato just got rid of Nelson Aldridge. Got down nice and low to win the tap, but it's Shark by Arcano. Eventually gets the ball under his control. Anyone's ball to be won at ground level. Through comes Menzel. Oh, he did well. Got away from the tackler. Dishes off to Stanton. Stanton all the way back to Cardona, who stepped around one. Steps around two. Gets the handle away into the hands of Menzel, but Menzel's taken in a good strong tackle. And another stoppage. So Pakenham gain a little bit of meterage, but just weren't really able to get the ball inside forward 50. And looks like it's a blood rule, is it? So blood rule, so we're going to have to wait for a Pakenham player to come back onto the ground. So it looks like Reece Clacy will come on for Sam Keisha, I believe. And Warby Millgrove are going to use this as a good excuse to quickly force an interchange as well. So Tyson Neal will come back on. Jake Upton will have a rest. So ball up, pavilion side of the ground here at Yarra Junction. So just waiting for Reece Clacy to come into the contest with the blood rule called. So up it goes. Tato wins the tap. Looks like it will be Shark by Baker, but in fact coming through was Gordon. He just dumps the ball onto the right boot, but he's turned it over. Has he? Yes, good intercepting mark taken by Hagger, who swung it to the back line for the second half. He goes all the way back to Perkins. Perkins being corralled. Gets the kick away on the left, up and under ball. Nelson Aldridge will park himself underneath it. Tato tries to win it from the back. He should get the bouncing ball under his control, but he's tackled straight away by Aldridge. Got the handball away, but he's turned it over. Now it's into the hands of Caneva, who's been brilliant today. Brock Caneva looks into the corridor, dishes off for Iacano. Iacano goes for a bit of a run, then comes towards the pavilion, the broadcast side of the ground. Trendy wins the foot race to the ball. Oh, he just couldn't gather it cleanly. Now Pakenham might be a chance to force the interception. Ahern can't get the ball under his control, and the ball makes its way over the boundary line and will be thrown back into play right in front of our broadcast position here at Yarra Junction.
And we've been going 20 minutes in this quarter as well. So time ticking away here in this third term. The premiership quarter is sometimes referred to as tap down. Now Boyano gets a handball out. Stanton gathers it. Then puts a long kick inside the 450. Green is there, but it's going to go over the head of everyone.
Oh, well done.
And nice mark taken over the top there by the skipper Lee. Was looking for a 25-metre penalty there as well. Probably could have got one, but they said no. So he kicks it short to Gordon. So Gordon now brings it wide. Now they can just, with a subtle approach, no need to rush here. They've got the game in their full control here, deep in the third term. But then the kick is not a great one. So Cardona mops that one up. Clacy now with ball in hand. Handball over the top to Stanton. Stanton with a short jabby kick inside the forward line. Finds Hall. Hall outside the forward arc. Brings it back inboard. Looking for Martini. No. Martini slips over and the kick just goes his head. Hun pounces on it. Hun looks for his runners. Handles over the top. Gives it off to Barr. He's tackled. Probably going to be pinholed the ball. Yes, he is.
Ooh.
So Stanton now. So Warburton Millgrove unable to get out of that one. Pakenham very lucky. Trembath looks for his runners and finds one. Now he's tackled down from behind by Hewitt. And they'll use the advantage. Woolridge puts him deep inside the four-line, looking for the matchup of Humphrey and Silver. Humphrey already has 5. Dares it around him. Handball over the top. Gives it off to Westlake. Westlake runs into an open goal. Westlake puts it through.
There we go. Oh, gee, it was a comedy of errors in the middle. It was a comedy of errors, and back to 51 points the difference. Initially, the slip from Martini. Tom Barr gets run down. Pakenham force a turnover. And then Pakenham get run down. Goes to the other end of the ground. Liam Westlake finally gets a goal on the board for today, and right back to that 51-point difference, Trent. That's going to hurt Pakenham, and three-quarter time won't be too far away.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a tough one to come back from now.
I think so. So ball comes back into the middle, and will be Millgrove well and truly on top.
So ball to be balled up here in the middle of the ground. Margins get too far out now, if you ask me, Aidan. It's getting too extreme.
Yep, it's a big ask.
Tap down there, Stanton, kick down the middle of the ground now, looking for Viano, he can't get it quite, but Hall gets a high contact free kick. Oh.
Ooh.
Didn't get a high contact free kick, but it was a quick whistle to ball up. Yeah, so it's going to be a ball up, but it was a quick whistle. It was almost like he
yeah.
gave the high contact free kick straight away, but instead it's just going to be a ball up. Miano came to the other ruck, snapped it over his head. Can a be taken, punched back into play, and it's going to be mopped up here. But goes, puts a long kick. Perkins, can he take the inset mark just over his head? Kamanzuli knocks it forward. Tato picks it up, gives a handball wide. Now they go for his Stanton. Stanton short, jabby ball, and he finds Keisha.
Might just be within range here, Trent.
So Keisha will line up. Doesn't have much time to go through his motions if they want to. Because you never know. He gets the handball off anyway to Trembath. Trembath winds up, has the distance, has the carry, and goes straight through.
No, it's a free kick on the goal line.
Which way is it going?
It's going Warburton Millgrove's way into the hands of Gordon. So Mitch Gordon goes out wide. So Keisha did kick the goal, but unfortunately, I think it was an unrealistic attempt on the goal line or a block. So now the Kookaburras, Tom Mars, kick smothered. Maybe a chance for Pakenham to get this goal. Mason Hall lurking, dished off. Kamanzuli steps around one, busts the tackle, kick towards goal. Looks pretty good off the boot, and this time Pakenham get one back. Back to 48 points, or 45 points the difference. 5-6, 36 to 12-9, 81. And we've been going 24 minutes into the third quarter.
You never know.
No, that's it, Trent. So they'll take that. That's a mulligan that you don't often receive in a game of footy. And another defender sneaking forward, kicking a goal. We saw James Ahern kick one for Pakenham in the first quarter, and Kamanzuli, who's been probably one of their better players today, is rewarded with a goal. 12-9-81 to 5-6, 36. A lot to do for Pakenham, but they're not giving it away just yet as the ball comes back into the middle. So can they get another one before three-quarter time? We'll find out in a couple of moments. Up it goes. There's a free kick from the outer zone umpire, and it's going to go Warby Millgrove's way. So it's going to go to Braden Woolridge in the ruck. Sends the ball inside forward 50. Aldridge is there, and he's got it. And Nelson Aldridge once again swings forward and gets another look at goal. He's already kicked one on the afternoon on the quarter-time siren. And he can potentially get the instant response here for the Kookaburras and push it straight back out to 51 points. So Nelson Aldridge, man of the mark, about 35 out. Distance won't be a problem. It's all about accuracy. As we near three-quarter time, in he comes. One of the co-skippers of this Warby Millgrove side. Looks pretty good off the boot. Does it straighten up? You bet it does. He's got it. His second goal for the afternoon. Back to 51 points the difference. 13-9-87 to 5-6, 36. We've been going 25 and a half minutes into the third quarter. Not what Pakenham needed, Trent.
No, definitely not what they needed at all. Because like I said, we never know, but it's back out to 51, is it?
Yeah, back to 51.
Yeah, that's getting hard now.
And just to give away a free kick in the middle of the ground is just, silly. So again, ball back in the middle. Warby Millgrove well on top of this preliminary final. It's a huge ask for Pakenham from here. Up it goes again, so Woolridge in the ruck. Aldridge will stay forward. Tato waits at ground level, wins the footy, but his kick is smothered. Gathered by Paddy Horn. Was he taken off the footy? Yes, he was. And Warby Millgrove are probably about to be inside forward 50 again. So Paddy Horn just tells everyone to slow things down. So three-quarter time must be very close. He's in absolutely no hurry. Just goes short with a kick onto the chest of Upton. And Jake Upton also in absolutely no hurry. He can retreat back to Noonan if he wants. And that's what he's going to do. Yeah, three-quarter time has to be very, very close. So Noonan... he'll go short to Blake. Oh, here we go, Mason Hall. This might be his chance to inject himself a goal, number 3. Gets it inside forward 50. Gathered by Keisha. Keisha, he's handballed to absolutely no one. Straight to Dylan Walker. Walker gets Warby Millgrove out of danger onto the chest of Gordon. And Gordon will just hold the footy. So Warby Millgrove again get the ball under their control. Nearly muddled it up. But Mitch Gordon, he'll just send the ball long down the line. High up and under ball. Might work out for Hewitt. Nearly intercepted by Ryan, but he couldn't stick the mark. Umpire calls him to go. And now Warby Millgrove look like they want to go. But the ball trickles over the boundary line. And will be thrown back into play on the outer side. And there's a bit going on again in this game. And Pakenham at times, their disciplines hurt them. So we'll be thrown back into play on the outer side of the ground. Up it goes. Woolridge to the front. Smashes it forward. Is there time enough for another Warby goal? They can potentially stretch out to 57 points. Inside forward 50 they go. Aldridge got rid of his man. Can he bust the tackle? Humphrey on the line. Is it? No, it's Westlake and he's got it. And Warby up to 57 points. 14-9-93 to 5-6, 36. And the avalanche continues.
Yeah, geez, it's getting out of control now.
So, How about that? Liam Westlake with his second goal. 57 points of difference, and the ball comes back into the middle, and Warby Millgrove in all that, trying to just play it safe. They managed to find yet another goal, and things just go from bad to worse for Pakenham as the ball comes back into the middle.
So the ball back into the middle now, ready to be brought up. How long are we going? Just about 28 minutes gone in this quarter, actually. 3/4 time, so I wouldn't be too far away. So the ball's thrown up. Woolridge, gets the tap down. Ball at the bottom of the pack. Umpire blows his whistle to ball this one up, not going anywhere. So Warburton Millgrove will be very happy with this quarter, really putting the extra exclamation mark on this game. Cameron Zulli goes in, but he's late with a tackle straight away, not going anywhere. So the umpire again will ball this one up. So ball to be brought up here. Tato and Woolridge go to battle. Woolridge gets the tap down. Martini gets the handball over top to Perkins. Perkins just knocks it forward, falling over his Horn, but still manages to get over it, and he's going to get a high contact free kick for his troubles as well. So Horn in the middle of the ground goes wide, looking for Barr. Barr holds on to it, and he pushes off his mark. And there's the sign for 3 quarters. He's going to get a 25-minute penalty as well for that little... It was like an accidental knock. I don't think he knew he was running that way, but it's a crucial one, and he can line up for number 3.
Yep, he will. This to potentially make it 63 points. Distance not a problem because he's kicked both his goals from about this range, Trent.
So Barr to bring the ball, to have a shot at goal for number 3 and to really put this game to bed at 3/4 time. Barr comes in, kick off the boot, kick looks really good, doesn't hold its line, you bet it does! He's got 3, and Warburton Millgrove, you've got to say they're pretty much home now.
They are. What an exclamation mark right on the 3/4 time siren. It is a 63-point margin now, 15-9-99 to 5-6-36, and Warby Millgrove with one hand on this grand final spot. It's going to be a very, very big ask for Pakenham. They're 63 points adrift at the final change, 15-9-99 to 5-6-36. There we go. So doing very well at the moment, Warburton Millgrove.
Yeah, so Warburton Millgrove obviously dominating the play early here in this game, and they're continuing it on.
We are underway in the last quarter. So James Lee will go up on the ruck to start things off. Aldridge gets the better of the tap. Baker ran past the football. Clacy gets the handball away to Tanner Stanton. Gets the handball into the hands of Martini. He can send the lines inside forward 50. Keisha couldn't stick the mark, and Warby Millgrove mopped things up out the back. Long ball, high up and under to the broadcast wing. Caneva pursues. So too does Ferrugia. Caneva, can he get the ball under his control? No, he can't. Cardona crashes the pack. And Martini can't get the ball in play. It will be thrown back into play right in front of our commentary position here at Yarra Junction. So it's been a dominant day for Warburton Millgrove. They've already got one hand on this grand final spot. Let's wait for the ball to be thrown back into play. Up it goes. Aldridge to the front, tries to slap it forward, but he was nearly falcon by it. Cardona gets the ball under his control. Kick around the body to a 2-on-2. Warby Millgrove, though, with the representation. McHale takes the intercepting mark. Appeals at Martini's too close, but the umpire says no way. Wheels around onto the right boot, high up and under ball to half forward. Aldridge will impose himself, can't quite stick the mark. Gathered by Ryan. He's taken in the tackle by Aldridge. The ball going nowhere. The umpire calls for the stoppage. Nearing half forward for Warburton Millgrove. So the Kookaburras again dominating territory early in the last quarter. Grabbed out of the ruck by Nelson Aldridge. Tom Barr, he's already got 3. Handballs inside forward 50. Ferrugia got an accommodating bounce. He steps around 1, steps around 2. Kick towards goal. And Jack Ferrugia has nailed it. His first for the afternoon. 69 points the difference.
Yeah, geez, they're putting on a clinic now, Hayden.
Jack Ferrugia, he'd missed a couple early, but he gets that one. He just mesmerised them. None of the Pakenham defenders could get anywhere near him. And this avalanche just continues for Warburton Millgrove as we wait for the ball to come back into the middle. And Warby Millgrove, they can smell that grand final spot now. Would have been disappointed with the result last week, but they've turned things around. And they will face Seville, who they played in the preliminary final last year. They'll play them in the grand final this year, and those two usually playing pretty good games. It wasn't super close last week, but hopefully next week in the grand final we see something quite interesting. So up it goes. Nelson Aldridge again wins the tap up against Lee this time. Barr gets the ball under his control, but he's taken in the tackle straight away. Baker crashes the pack. Ryan got the ball in hand, but Baker got him in the tackle, and it will be take 2 in the centre.
So ball in the middle now. Ball to be thrown up. Play 69 points is the margin. Lee gets the tap down for Pakenham as they look to try and move forward, but they've sharked it. Warburton Millgrove, they go kick wide, and it might be taken. Cardona and Caneva battle it out. Ryan can't quite get it cleanly. Now he gathers it, but he's met with a tackle. Cardona, gets it, shrugs off one tackle, then gets a handball moving forward to Stanton. Stanton to Perkins. Perkins wheels around, puts a kick deep inside the forward line. Martini flies, unable to hold the mark. Now it comes back, and they look to try and get it through the lead. Do Warburton Millgrove. They come wide. Tackle is laid at the stay and play. It does for the moment, but now it's going to be a ball back inside the 450 here for Pakenham. So in dangerous areas, but you just think it's probably too much of an ask now.
I think so, yeah.
So Baldy, it'd be nearly a goal every 2 minutes, wouldn't it?
Just about, yeah, so, something like that, yep.
If it did happen, it would be crazy.
Oh, it would be a nuts comeback for sure, Trent.
So
we'll be going off our rocker.
100%. We throw back in. Here's one. Oh, it's smothered. Now it comes wide. Warburton Millgrove get the clear and kick out wide. Can it be brought back into play? No, it's slapped on, and Iacano gets in on it and just kicks it moving forward as they try and get the ball moving down here. Hewitt gathers it. Great pick up. Puts the afterburners on. Hewitt lines up. That goal. But misses. 70 points is the margin now.
It is, yep. 16-10, 106 to 5-6, 36.
So Perkins will do the kicking duties here for Pakenham. So not to put it rubber him, not a great day for Pakenham. So the reserves going down here as well.
A-grade netball lost.
And then A-grade netball, and now the seniors. So what a great season the club has had as a whole, but it's just come down to this. They just weren't able to do it, unfortunately, as the ball comes wide. Hall will park himself underneath of it. Haggard will go to the top two, park himself under it, take a nice mark, kick moving forward. Tries to see something here, not able to get the mark though. Styles, but now Ryan lines up, has a shot at goal, open goal square, and puts it straight through.
There we go.
So Luke Ryan put through a goal, he's first, and the margin back to 64 points.
Bit of a consolation prize there for Pakenham, so back to 64 points the difference as we wait for the ball to come back into the middle. And Warby Millgrove about to swing 4 changes here right in front of us. So Caneva comes off first. Jake Upton will replace him. Woolridge will come on here for... Who we got there? That's Josh Sharp. Iacano comes off. Mitch Gordon, the last one to come back on. Paddy Hunn's back on there as well. Woolridge is going to go into the forward line. Up it goes.
Gordon's been left on his own.
Yeah, he has been. Picked up by Nelson Aldridge as a whistle for a hold. I think this is going to go Pakenham's way. It is. So Luke Ryan, the recipient, backpedals off the mark. Low trajectory ball to half-forward looking for Styles. Couldn't quite stick the mark, but I think he was affected. The marking contest he was. And Bailey Styles can go back and line them up. This to potentially push the margin or cut the margin back down to 58 points. So distance not going to be a problem for Bailey Styles. It's all about accuracy, which wasn't a real friend of Pakenham in the first half of the game. It's improved a bit in the second half, but the margin just stretched out so far to a point that it's probably not going to matter so much. So in comes Bailey Styles for back-to-back goals for Pakenham to get it back to 58 points. Looks pretty good off the boot. And it's straight over the goal umpire's cap, so back-to-back goals for the Lions. 7-6-48 to 16-10, 106. We'll be going 6 minutes into the final quarter. So a couple of consolation prizes for Pakenham, but still probably going to be Warburton Millgrove's day. Bailey Styles gets his second goal for the afternoon as we wait for the ball to come back into the middle. So Warby Millgrove probably not going to worry about going too hard in this last quarter. So again, it'll be Nelson Aldridge, and I haven't seen D'Angelo Tato at all in the last quarter here, Trent. I wonder if he might have re-aggravated that injury that kept him out for the last couple of weeks of the home and away in the first week of finals. Marr gets a kick out of the pack. Cardona pursues the football, but getting to it first will be right. He's been corralled. Faruga eventually gets the football under his control. Comes back into the corridor towards Henry. Woolridge going to have to do the ground level work. Not going to be easy for the big fella. Cardona lost control of the ball. Baker handballs over the top. Farugia came up to meet it. He'll send the Kookaburras inside forward 50. Humphrey got it. And Bailey Humphrey, he's owned that one-on-one matchup against Jaden Silver. He's kicked 5 goals in the afternoon. This for goal number 6. He's directly in front, only 15 metres out. He's had a day out. And he can get it back to 64 points the difference from point blank. Puts it away, back to 64 points the difference. Bailey Humphreys kick 6, 17-10, 112 to 7-6-48. 7 gone in the final quarter.
Well, it's just a nice topping on a great season that Bailey Humphrey has had as a whole. 6 in a prelim final so far, and it's only been going 7.5 minutes, so plenty of time to add some more to it.
Exactly right. 56 goals coming into today, so he's out to 62 now as the ball's back in the middle.
So we wait for the ball to make its way back to the middle. The umpires run it up now. And now Wait for the ball to get back. Now the ball's back in the middle here. So we're going to ball this one up. It'll be Lee and Aldridge. So the ball will be thrown up. Here now. Aldridge tapped down. Can they get it here? Horn trying to chase after it. He's blocked off by Perkins. Now they get it, but they get it back. Baker shows a bit of candy, then runs around, gives a handball back to Aldridge. But that's cut off by Green. Aldridge goes back and try and get it. So does Baker. But it's at his feet now. Lee there as well. It's probably going to be tucked in or it makes its way out eventually, matter of fact. And now it's at the bottom of the pack. Now it's not going to go anywhere. So now the umpire blows his whistle to ball this one up. Virtually just about in the middle of the ground.
Yep.
So now it would be ball back up here. As we wait for the umpire to ball it up, here he goes. Now Aldridge front position, but Lee probably got the better of the tap from behind. Doing well so far on the ruck, Lee. Now kick high up and under, probably not going to be paid a mark, so it's just going to be punched away by Keisha. Martini chases after, unable to gather it, but now they do. Can they get a handball moving forward? Not quite. And Ryan goes in and puts his head over it, then gets it, puts a kick wide, just put it on the ball in the whole direction, has the bounce. Noonan does well, then makes the bounce, and then shrugs off the whole tackle and bursts away. Can Bar be taken? Yes, it is. Probably one of the best on-ground players today. Bar has 3, wheels around, puts it in the Hewitt direction, and he holds on the mark.
Beautifully done.
He's probably been one of my best ons today, Bar. I think 3 goals through the middle.
He has been. He's lit up this second half. He he just crashes the packs like he usually does, but he's hit the scoreboard today as well. Wandering out to a 15-point margin over at Don Road, Trent. So they've re-extended the margin.
Hewitt comes in now. Yet to trouble the scoreboards today, Hewitt. Couple behind, but he's for goal number 1. Distance doesn't look like a problem. How's the accuracy? Holds the line and he puts it through. Yes, he's first. And Warburton and Millgrove are just having some fun out there now.
They are most certainly. Lockie Hewitt, as you mentioned, Trent, with his first goal of the afternoon, and they loved it straight away behind the goals. So back to 70 points the difference. 18 goals, 10, 118 to 7, 648. It's just been Warby's day today. Pakenham are just... It's been, as you mentioned, Trent, a really good season, but they've just fallen over at this final hurdle before the grand final as the ball's back in the middle.
So be thrown up now, Aldridge and Lee to go into the ruck battle. Lee with the big taping around his head as well. Tap down, Aldridge gets the handball away, but Ryan tackles Baker, I believe it is, straight away. In fact, it's not Baker. It's Ma, sorry. Ball's thrown up now. Aldridge gets the tap moving forward. Can they gather it? Ryan does. Handball at the top looking for Wright. Probably just goes past him, but does well to gather it. Tries to go back to Kamanzuli. Kamanzuli goes back and gets a beautiful spin out of trouble. Then goes with a wide kick. Finds a teammate there in green. Now he brings it back into the corridor looking for Martini. McHale does well from behind. Horn shrugs off the tackle. Handball back in the corridor to Aldridge. Aldridge puts his boot in the ball. Humphrey is there, but it's going to be cut off by Hagger. So Hagger can just go long down the line in the Stanton direction. Has the bounce. It's going to bounce out of bounds for a boundary throw-in on the far side of the ground.
Yep, we go. So boundary throw-in nearing half forward for Warburton Millgrove, who once again regained some ascendancy in this last quarter. Not that it really mattered too much with a 70-point margin. So Lee again in the ruck against Aldridge. Aldridge to the front, taps back in towards the corridor. Kamanzuli slipped at the wrong time. Will still get the ball under his control though. Looks around, he's run into trouble, but he eventually gets the ball away to Green. Green gets his kick away down the line. Will the mark be taken? Yes, it will. Onto the chest of Styles. Back pedals off the mark. He's got Martini back in towards the corridor, but he goes beyond him. Long kick. Mason Hall flies over the top. And he takes a big hanger, and he'll line them up from 20 out directly in front. Kicked a couple of goals on the afternoon. This for his third. Pakenham. So Mason Hall swings out of an arc, starts it right, comes back, and he's got it. Third goal of the afternoon for Mason Hall. Back to 64 points the difference. 8-6-54 to 18-10, 118. 12 gone in the final quarter.
Good season for Mason Hall as a small forward. 45 goals.
Yep, exactly right, Trent. 3 goals on the afternoon today. So 4 goals in last year's under-19s grand final, and then 3 goals in the preliminary final here today. So you're right, Trent. He does love the big stage, but unfortunately just hasn't quite worked out for Pakenham overall today as the ball comes back into the middle. So can they get a couple more consolation prizes here, Pakenham? At least cut the margin down a bit before the end of the day. So back in the middle, up it goes. Lee and Woolridge this time. Lee gets the better of that tap. And this ball going nowhere. It'll be take 2 in the centre. Still 15 points of difference out at Don Road. 11.874 to 8.11.59. Up it goes again. Lee thumps it forward, but it's going to be shucked by Paddy Horn, who'll go for a bit of a run, gets the handle away. Under the control of Gordon, thumps the ball onto the right boot to about half forward. Oh, Lockie Hewitt. Oh, has he pulled the hammy? Is it cramp? Lockie Hewitt. Oh, this could be heartbreaking for Warburton Millgrove. He's going to come straight off. They'll still go inside forward. 50. Humphrey can't take the diving mark. I think Lockie Hewitt's done a hammy, Trent.
Oh, no.
And this could be heartbreaking. This is something we're going to keep a close eye on. He's coming off very slowly. I don't think it's cramp. And he might potentially miss the grand final. This is so heartbreaking, particularly in the stage of the game when they had it won. He looks absolutely devastated. So it's a stoppage inside forward 50 for Warburton Millgrove. Up it goes. Ma can't get the ball under his control. Haggis' kick was partly smothered. Oh, straight over the head of Nicholas, but it falls onto Mason Hall. Nicholas does get the ball under his control this time. He gets the kick away, goes out wide, and finds Lee. As they go inside forward 50, and D'Angelo Tato back on the ground. So forward line. He will line them up from 35 out directly in front. Tato dishes off. Ryan already kicked one goal in the last quarter. It's a floater, but no one on the goal line, and he's got it. So they get another one back. Do Pakenham back to 58 points the difference. 9-6-60 to 18-10, 118. And based on that reaction, Trent, I've got a bad feeling that Lockie Hewitt might not be taking place in tomorrow, also next week's grand final. And that is absolutely heartbreaking.
It really is. Like, he knew it straight away too. He tried to turn back around, but then he just knew it. I have to get off here. There's nothing I can contribute. And you can just see how distraught he was in his emotions there.
Particularly in just a stage in the game when it was completely over. So it is back in the middle. Back in the middle
now, tapped down. Cameron Zulli's gone in the middle and he gets a kick moving forward. Can they get a mark here? Not quite. It's ground level. Verano snaps around his body, but he's going to put it through for out on the full, matter of fact. So, it'll be brought back into play. Here, as they just look to gather the footy now from over the fence. So, we're just waiting for the ball to come back now. Now they've got it. They'll bring the ball back into play now. Walker with ball in hand. Walker just goes short down the line for Ma. Ma holds the mark. Tucked up on the boundary. It's the third time I've done that today, Aiden.
Yes, it is. Luckily, our fix mic's still working.
Now they move it forward. Right in my blind spot. Now they go down the line. Faruga is there. Kamanzuli flies high, unable to hold the mark. Can they give this a ground level? Clacy does. Gets a handball moving forward. Nichols gets the handball moving. They try to go for the high contact free kick and he sucked him in. He's done it well. Has Sharp. So now Sharp, ball in hand. Just goes wide and short to Walker. Walker has a look around. Nothing really presenting, but they don't need to do anything really right now. They've got the game in the balance. It goes short to Sharp. Sharp up on the boundary right in front of us. Has a look around. And then he's short. Goes backwards. Probably can go short again if he wants to. And that they do. Here's Paddy Hood. So just chipping it along the wing here. Yep. Nothing really crazy happening. They go wide.
Only 6.5 gone in this quarter, Trent. There's going to be a lot of this, I reckon.
Henry now goes to the fat side to Baker. So Baker now at centre-half back. Which way is he going to go this time? Has a look around. Is he going to go short or is he going to go, nah, I'm going the long option. Goes reasonably short to Horn. How's the work rate by Horn? Late in the game too. Now he brings it into the middle of the ground. Oh, Kano found himself all on his own in the middle of the ground here. Has a look around. Has Walker wide if he wants to use that kick. Instead, he goes more direct, looking for Sharp. Just misses the kick. Hagar will come the other way. Oh, big hip and shoulder there. Umpire calls it a play on. But the other umpire, out of zone umpire, has called the free kick to the Warby player.
Yep, so Arcana the recipient.
So Arcana will get this. Probably with it out of range, I'd assume.
Yeah, man of the mark about 45.
He's going to come off too. It's not Iacano actually, but I can't see who it is because he hasn't got numbered to us. But whoever it is, he's had a nasty fall and he looks like he's going to come off. Maybe a concussion, just concussion precautions. Baker's knocked down by Clacy. Crowd not happy with that.
Ooh, it's getting a bit willing.
So now, looks like they're going at it a bit here. Tato in the middle as well. It's like he's just trying to break it up. She's getting a bit feisty out there with game pretty much over.
Yep.
So we'll see what's getting a free kick now. Just trying to see who's taking the free kick. The kick looks like Upton. Yeah, Upton puts it in there. Puts it in the Aldridge direction. Unable to hold them up. Perkins can't take it cleanly. Then just knocks it forward and it's found its way over the boundary line. Out in the full, I think.
Yeah, it came off the shin of Aldridge.
So Perkins now tucked up in the back pocket. No, now they're going to have a discussion. So it's going to be a ball in now. Interesting that they gave it to Perkins, but then decided, because the umpire was the one who gave it to him.
Yeah, the boundary umpire might not have known who it came off, but yeah, I thought it was definitely off Aldridge.
Aldridge stabbed around it, buddy, and Silva, the last line of defence, takes the mark. He's had a rough day today.
Yeah.
Humphreys had the better of that battle. He brings it wide. Nice kick too. Finds Clacy. Clacy goes through the middle of Ryan. Clacy and Baker again going at it like they have been all day behind the ball. Now kick going to be down the line. Can the mark be taken? Yes, it can. So now they look to bring it forward. This is Keisha. Keisha brings it inboard. Can a mark be taken? Barr's going to park himself there and take the intercepting mark.
So Barr can counter-attack for Warburton Millgrove. Been brilliant today. And he's in absolutely no hurry to do anything, and absolutely fair enough. Still 58 points ahead at the moment, 18-10, 118 to 9-6-60. So Barr checks his kick, looking for Woolridge. It just has a bit too much on it. Lee forces an interception, and he'll send the lines inside forward 50. Long kick into the pocket. Can a mark be taken? Hall flies over the top again. Just can't quite stick the mark, though, so it's through for a behind. 9-7-61 now, Pakenham. To Warburton Millgrove, 18-10, 118. And again, Brockeneva with the kicking duties. So Warby Millgrove just running the clock down. They've got this game won. Don't need to do anything too fancy from here. Long kick to the pavilion side wing. Upton flew, can't take the mark. Ikana will keep the ball in play. He gets the ball under his control. Handballs back to Tom Barr. Gets a kick to half forward, but he's turned it over. Haggis should take the intercepting mark, and he does, uncontested. So he comes across, finds a Hearn who's unattended, and he might be able to get away here. He takes on Paddy Horn. Beautifully done. Kick to half forward is a ripper. Straight onto the chest of Nicholas. Wheels around onto the right. Checks the kick to Stanton. Stanton, low trajectory ball inside forward 50. Beautifully done to Keisha, who was completely unattended. And he'll line them up from 30 metres out on a slight angle. And could potentially get it back to 51 points, the difference. No real bearing on the game, this kick, but good to see Pakenham show a bit of spirit in these last few minutes and get things back to something a bit more respectable. So Sam Keisha hasn't troubled the scorers with a goal as of yet today. He was wasteful in the qualifying final a few weeks ago. In he comes now. Kick looks pretty good off the boot, and does it hold the line? Yes, it does. So Keisha's got his first on the afternoon, back to 51 points the difference. 18-10, 118 to 10-7-67, 21 gone in the final quarter. So not too long to go now. Maybe another 6 or 7 minutes. Quarter number 1 was 27-29, quarter number 2, 26-30, and quarter number 3 was 29-10. So
that was the longer one, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was, yep. Nearly 30 minutes, quarter number 3, but Warby Millgrove have done very well today and should face off against Seville in next week's grand final. So Woolridge and Lee to do battle in the ruck. As we wait for the umpire to recommence play. Up it goes. Woolridge just thumps it forward. Goes over the head of Stanton. Marr gets him in a good strong tackle. And Warby Millgrove gain about 6 or 7 metres. And we'll go again. So another stoppage and a free kick this time going to go to Braden Woolridge. So he can send the Kookaburras inside forward 50. So against Lee in the ruck, low trajectory ball, looking for Aldridge. No, beautifully done by Oscar Jones. Just stood tall, takes the intercepting mark, finds Stanton through the corridor. Stanton continues to go straight down the middle of the ground. Keisha presents nicely, takes the mark overhead. Trendy mans the mark. Keisha wheels around onto the right boot. Can he find Mason Hall? No, instead he finds Styles. So Pakenham with another opportunity in front of goal. And Bailey Styles had a reasonable afternoon. 2 goals so far. This for number 3, and to get it back to 45 points the difference. So man of the mark about 35 metres out. So distance might be a problem. Just all about accuracy here for Bailey Styles. So 22 and a half minutes gone into the final quarter. Styles looking for his 3rd and for Pakenham's 11th. In he comes. No troubles at all for Bailey Styles. Straight over the goal, umpire's cap back to 45 points the difference. 18-10, 118 to 11-7, 73. 23 gone in the final quarter.
It's good that they're not dropping their heads and just letting the game slip away. But at the same time, it is Warburton and Millgrove taking their foot off.
Yeah, I think so. But that's it. They've got it back to something a bit more respectable now. 6 goals in this final quarter for Pakenham, just to the 3 of Warburton and Millgrove. So back to 45 points and ball's back in the middle.
So ball back in the middle now, ready to be balled up. Here, Woolridge will go up against Lee. Yeah, so Tato definitely hasn't stepped foot on the ground in this last quarter.
Yep.
So now Ryan gets a kick moving forward. Styles again comes up, has 3 this afternoon, just goes for the handball to Stanton, but it's cut off by Caneva. Caneva goes kicking on the line, but Zully, who I think has been one of their better players today, intercepts the mark at centre half back, then wastes no time playing on and goes wide and finds a nice target in Styles. Is that Styles again? Yes, it is.
Might be, yep.
So Styles can line up for number 4. So Styles, about 35-40 out on a tough angle. But all the kicks he's kicked today, he's kicked very beautifully and truly.
Yeah, he has, yep.
So that's been a positive sign. So can he line up for number 4? Styles. And he comes to bring it back to 39.
Yep.
In he comes. Kicks on its way. Does it hold the line? No, it's going to fade away. But can it be taken? Not quite. Is it going to be rushed over? It's not even over yet.
It is now.
Now it is for a minor score. So
Yep.
44 points the margin as it's rushed over for Pakenham. And it'll be brought back in by Warburton and Millgrove as they look to try and just probably control the ball and really kill some times.
That's
24 and a half minutes gone in this game. They've got this game well and truly in the bag as they have since 3/4 time. And now they bring the ball back in. Kick long down the line in the bar direction. Can he hold the mark? Not quite. Stanton comes over. Kamazuli gets it. He goes wide. Handball to Ryan. Ryan undersized where he wants to go, so he brings it in ball looking for Clacy. Can he go for it? Yes, he can. Burst his way through, but he's chased down by Ma. Just gets his kick away. Trying to break through the tackle. Is that holding the ball? Umpire says play on. Bottom of the pack. Blows the whistle. Ball up. So inside the forward 50 here of Pakenham. It's going to be thrown back up here. Lee gets that tap down, and it's come off the boot there. Step towards goal. How's it sit? Not quite. Punch back in the line. Green's chasing after Kenny Gabriel. He goes off the ground, and he puts it through.
Well done, Ben Green. Soccer off the ground.
38 points to margin. Ben Green puts his first 3 of the day.
There we go. 7 goals in the last quarter now for Pakenham.
You just wonder, where was this earlier? But is it also, like I said earlier, taking the foot off?
I think it's probably will be taking the foot off the pedal. You've already got one player gone down with injury, Lockie Hewitt, which we'll analyse that a bit later on. But, at this point, you just want to make sure you've got all your key players who are going to be there next week. So, it's a good fight from Pakenham, but, I think they've left it a little bit too little too late. So, back to 38 points. Probably flattering the lines a bit, but up it goes again. Aldridge wins the tap. Doesn't really get it to anyone in particular. Was Martini held? Umpire calls him to go. Now they might get one out the back here, Pakenham. Oh, no, beautiful. Oh, no, it wasn't cut off. In fact, Luke Ryan just sort of picked the pocket of his own teammate. Beautifully done by Tyson Henry. Checks the kick. Can Faruga run onto it? No, he can't. Maybe he might be able to get the bouncing ball. Keeps it in play. Jack Faruga tries to dish off to Humphrey, but it was beautifully smothered by Silver. And the ball trickles over the boundary line and will be thrown back into play. So not too long left to go now for Warburton Millgrove. They can smell this grand final spot. It's deep inside their attacking end for the moment. So we wait for the boundary umpire to throw the ball aloft. Up it goes. High up and under ball. Woolridge to the front. Taps back into the corridor. Upton dishes off. Caneva straightens up. Oh, beautiful kick straight into the chest of Baker, who'll line them up from 20 out on a slide angle. And he can take some more seconds off the clock. So hasn't troubled the scorers with a goal yet, Tom Baker. Here's his chance. He can push the margin back out to 44 points. But the main thing is he can use the full 30 seconds and just run things down for Warby Millgrove as they get closer and closer to this grand final berth. So Tom Baker, slow and deliberate approach. He's pushed it well and truly out to the left. Just sneaks through for a behind. So make that 39 points the difference. 18-11, 119 now, Warburton Millgrove.
We've got a final score down there in London.
Yep.
It's Wandon by 21 points, 13-86, defeating Lindenferry Creek 9-11-65. Aaron Mullet kicked 4.
There we go. So Wandon through to the grand final. Lindenferry Creek will take on the winner of our first semi-final between Monbulk and Woorolloc next week. Oh, sorry, tomorrow. Trendy cuts it off. The kick from Keisha straight to him. So Trendy just backpedals off the mark. Again, Warby just want to hold the ball. Seconds ticking away. Walker with ball in hand. He'll just go short to Gordon. Gordon. Nicholas mans the mark. He'll just look to go short again, will Mitch Gordon. He's got Icano as a short option, but he does decide in the end to go long down the line. Aldridge and Woolridge will both attend this contest. Oh, Aldridge nearly stuck up, but Tom Baker gets the ball, tucks it under his wing. He'll send the Kookaburras inside forward 50. Scrubby kick. Oh, no, not a kind bounce at all for Perkins. Silver gets the ball under his control, but he's turned it over straight onto the chest of Nelson Aldridge, who again is just going to wind down the clock. Puts the ball inside forward 50, right in front of Bailey. Humphrey tries to spin out of trouble. Gets around Womblesy, taken high. Woolridge, can he gather the ground level ball? Turns it over into the hands of Stanton. Stanton's kick was smothered. Kamanzuli surely taken high. No, umpire calls him to go. And he's going to play holding the ball.
Jesus. So...
And Tom Barr will line up for goal number 4. And Trent's dropped the J-bomb again. So Tom Barr...
How was that not high, though?
Yeah, interesting one. There's a siren, and Warburton Millgrove are through to the grand final of season 2025. Tom Barr with one last say. And Tom Barr, did it get there? Let's find out. Yes, it did. He's got 4 goals in the afternoon. Some icing on the cake for Warburton Millgrove. Back-to-back grand final appearances. They couldn't get it done in 2024, but they get another crack at it in 2025 by 45 points in the preliminary final. 19-11, 125 defeated 12-8, 80, and it was just Warby's day from start to finish, Trent.